Uh. Oh man. Sorry, I was just begging for money on the street. He's picked up, and you just for $5, you can call me whatever you want.
I just had the mic muted. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. That noise you just heard was well, I guess it goes by the name of Goose Roca. Hi. I decided.
Lose to subscribers, my boy.
Oh yeah. I mean, a streamer who doesn't remember to unmute. That is that's a reason to unsubscribe, to be honest. And yet it happens to me. I mean, then again, I stream so inconsequently, like so inconsistently. I should get a break for that. I shouldn't be punished for not remembering how to stream. Does that work? I feel like that's an excuse. I'm not sure.
I think that you are a little bitch boy who makes excuses.
Okay. Well, anyway, out of nowhere, something popped up in Discord. I decided to check it out, and hey, guess what? It was Goose Roca talking in the Goose Roca Discord, and something magnanimous in me thought, hey, let's write something back. And then someone else started talking, and then we all started talking, and then this idea popped up of we should do how did it happen? We were like talking about being Cancers and Pisces and whatnot, and then you talked about doing you go by the personality test, like this the Briggs-Myers test. Myers,
yeah, like I feel like ultimately it's like a pick your poison kind of thing, because like ultimately it is like some BS pseudoscience that just makes you happy. So like pick the poison that makes you feel the best. And I was just like, well, what personality type are you? And you were like, I don't fucking know. And I was like, we should find out. And I was like, you were like, I should get drunk. And I was like, you should stream that shit.
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm getting drunk too.
I feel like the most accurate depiction the most accurate way of presenting my personality in like a category is by just getting buzzed, have a drink, which I'm currently holding over here, because there's nothing more candid than the words of a drunk man. Then again, I had a beer before this.
A woman at a divorce proceeding.
Or that. Yes. I feel like I'm already a very open person. I'm an open book. I kind of talk about anything, what I feel like talking about. And, I don't feel like a taboo. There should be any taboos. I feel like everything should be discussed. For a lot of people, that only, becomes a thing once they start drinking. I don't need that, but I mean, drinking sure is fun. So I'm just gonna stockpile those two things on top of each other. And Gus, is it Goose? I can't remember.
Before I answer that question, I just want to commend you on the fact that your stream has no delay, and it's fascinating.
I know. I mean, that on YouTube's end is chef kiss.
But it is Goose. It's a Z, not an S.
Goose.
It's Guzman.
Oh, okay. Guzman.
Guzman.
I completely lost my train of thought. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Oh no, I remember. So Goose was like, if you're feeling up for it, there is this one test that you can take if you feel like oversharing and having no piece of dignity, which is the BDSM masochist submissive test. It's on the internet that determines what kind of percentile of kink you're into. I mean, Hey,
This is definitely gonna get monetized, by the way.
What?
This is definitely gonna be monetized. He says
Of course. Of course. I might take that. I mean, hey, we're here for shits and giggles. We're all gonna die at some point, so might as well make the best out of it.
You might get a boomerang out of it too.
Exactly. So, but first, we're gonna determine which personality I am. Now, I feel like the most accurate way of actually getting an idea of what my personality is like is by just watching one of my streams, because I think that that's the most insightful look you'll ever get into my personality. But I mean, let's see how this personality test goes about it. I've done this test in the past, and I've told you, Goose, that people change, people tend to change, and I've had it happen on 2 occasions in my life, like different parts of my life, because this test has been around for a while, that 2 completely different personalities were shown to me. And I definitely changed a lot as a person, especially going from my sophomore year into my 3rd year, because I suddenly had I had my first relationship. I went on an internship. I was doing all of these things that were so foreign to me, and it kind of forced me to live and like interact with society in a way that I wasn't used to before. So I think that thanks to that year in particular, I think it was 2017, I've definitely grown and changed a lot as a person, and that definitely did something to my personality as a whole. But now,
Hey, Barry,
yeah.
you know that like taking Viagra doesn't make your personality bigger too, right?
Oh, sweetheart, I don't need Viagra. I already have a big personality.
That's what they all say.
If you're doing the whisper thing, do get close to the mic so that you are actually audible instead of just really far away sounding. Right. Wait, can I bump up your audio?
That was literally me just making nonsense sounds into the mic.
Well, I don't... Okay. I answered my own question. I just bumped up the audio. Also, welcome to the stream, Conrad, Vlad, Dead Fury, Raheem, who just unsubscribed. Fine with that, sure. I saw Blade of Chaos, who is a buddy pal of Goose. Welcome there. Let's just get into it. Also, I guess you can like look at my screen because there's like little to no latency, so we'll be able to kind of like do this together. You can see what I see. All right. So, it's so incredible to finally be understood. Take our personality test and get a freakishly accurate description of who you are and why you do things the way you do. Now, that to me is fascinating because I'll finally have an understanding of why I am the way I am. I'm hoping to get excuses out of this. I'm hoping to blame...
I'm not a terrible person. I'm just introspective and thoughtful.
Exactly. I want something to shove all the blame on of why my personality is so garbage. So that's what we're gonna do. Do I want to read all of this at the bottom of the page? No, I don't. I just want to get into the personality test. So
it just explains what it is. Just take the test. Come on, let's go.
I'm trying to create a stream here that is actually longer than 12 minutes, which is as long as this test claims it's going to be. So let me do my thing.
Oh, I mean, I am the king of making things last way too long.
I bet you are.
That's supposed to sound sexual, but you know what? It's still accurate.
Okay. I think, honestly, which is really sad, the most sexual thing I've seen all day was you being someone biting on your titty on a picture. Goose showed me a picture of someone teething on his nipple, suckling.
It was on a stream. It was my boy Bryce. He lost a game of Towerfall Ascension, and that was what he had to do.
That was the bet.
Yes, loser has to lick the other person's nipple. And boy, like, went for it.
Did that make you feel like the winner of this bet?
It made him feel like a loser. I don't know what I won besides him.
I don't know if any of you won or lost in particular. It just seems like a loss.
As the person running the stream, I got good content out of it. So I won that.
Wait, are you doing that thing you asked me not to do before the stream started? Are you, like, promoting yourself?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Oh my god.
It just slipped. I didn't.
Just like how your nipple slip was a little nip slip?
I mean, they don't call me Janet Jackson for nothing.
Okay. See, what I read on the page reminds me of you. Fast and easy. Takes less than 12 minutes. Okay, so it says that.
This is an accurate amount of time.
I mean, honestly, does it need to take longer than 12
it's
minutes?
It's above average.
That's really sad. 12 minutes.
Okay,
it takes me 12 minutes to take my pants off.
According to science, this is not anecdote. This is science. All right.
This is science.
The average is a science. I don't know about like what all you get around to, but as far as heterosexual sex, intravaginal penetration usually lasts no more than 5 to 6 minutes. Has that been my experience? No. But that is what statistics
That's because you're not heterosexual. Anyway, what am I drinking? I am drinking this Belgian beer, and it's really tasty, actually. So, because my parents have noticed an increase of alcohol intake, my stepmom just asked me upstairs, Barry, you've been drinking so much alcohol, you're becoming a little alcoholic. That's really cute. Do you want us to take more beer with us next time we go to the grocery store? And I was like, yeah. I want more excuses to drink. Oh, I want to do more drunk streams. Let's get that going. Sure. So, yeah, I'm drinking this really Belgian beer. It's really sweet. It's very nice. What are you drinking, Goose?
I am drinking a screwdriver.
And that is for all the uneducated people who don't know anything about alcohol, aka me.
That is approximately 3 shots worth of vodka inside of glass filled. Well, really, it's a mug. I'm drinking out of a mug. With orange juice.
That's 3. Okay, so basically, you're taking something with the content of 3 shots, and will that like last you for a long time, or are you?
Yeah, I'm only sipping on it. I'm not gonna chug this. I'm just sipping on it.
Okay, it's a slow drink. It's something you need.
I mean, if I was at a party, I'd chug this, but like I'm not trying to go like full hammer at like 100 miles per hour.
No, of course not, because also it's like 2 p.m. where you're at.
It's 2:06.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, then again, day drinking.
What are responsibilities?
What are responsibilities? We don't have them. He's a pizza boy.
Yeah.
We're quarantined. It's a Friday, which is technically it's weekend if you don't have to work anyway, so why not get hammered and have a really good time? We're gonna have a lovely time. So free personality test, fast and easy, takes less than 12 minutes. Be yourself, answer honestly even if you don't like the answer, and complete it all. Try not to leave any neutral answers. Okay, now the thing with try and not leave any neutral answers, Goose, you gotta help me. If at some point I get stuck at a question or I get really indecisive, I want you to like hand me a situation, like just any circumstance, and I will have to answer accordingly. Like, what would I do in that situation? And based on that answer, I will answer.
Can they be the most boring examples I can possibly think of, or would you like me to make them interesting?
You want to provide me with boring situations, or do you want to spice it up?
I kind of want to just we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Sure.
Let's
I
just roll
mean,
with it.
maybe I am actually more decisive than I thought. I mean, it's been a few years since I'd done this, so. All right. So, you enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. Now, the old me would have probably been somewhere in the middle, disagree, but I'm kind of into that. I wouldn't say that I'm the most social butterfly out there, but I definitely do enjoy the energy of like crowds and being among other people. So, I'm gonna go and say,
I think that's called being lonely.
can you stop? It's gonna be a middle agree for me. It's cool. I like big social events. Sure, I've gotten good at socializing with people and humans. Vlad says, I'm a total disagree at the social events. I like small groups, but Vlad, you're such a handsome boy. Big groups of people would love you. Like, you're the kind of person people want to hang out with because you're like the sunshine in every Instagram picture. You're gorgeous. That sounded really superficial.
Hey, Barry, remember earlier when I said you're being very reductive? This is that again. Just because he's hot does not mean, like,
being hot equals
people.
Being social. That's a fact. That's science.
That is a lie.
That's a science
by Hollywood.
I mean, if we can't believe Hollywood, what are we supposed to trust? Exactly.
The Paul brothers?
No. No. Okay. This is definitely going to take longer than 12 minutes. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. I mean, I'm doing this right now with Goose Roca. So, kinda? Yeah?
that has to be a strong agree right there, my boy.
Sure, agree. Full on agree. Your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary.
Itinerary.
Yeah, itinerary.
Learn your English. I know you're like fancy and like European, but like here in America we speak English.
I don't speak no English. I speak American. I know.
I speak English.
From
America.
The funny thing is, I watched this show called Insatiable on Netflix. It's based in Georgia. I mean,
Debbie Ryan in it?
Yeah, that's the one. And it got actually it was petitioned. There was a petition to cancel it, and it got canceled because it was fat shaming too much. There was no like
I heard about it, but I never actually watched it. It didn't seem like it was that offensive, but I know like a lot of people just got upset by the concept.
Right, and I mean, you know what it is? It's about a girl. She literally gets punched by a hobo who stole her candy bar. Ends up not being able to eat solid food for like 7 or 8 weeks, slims down and actually becomes kind of cute because she was like wearing a fat suit before that all happened. And then it's all about her being recruited by this guy who is into pageants and stuff and like creating these pageant models. And then it's her fighting with her inner demon who is still like a hungry fatty boom boom. That's the whole show. It's a fat girl getting punched in the face, turns slim, and then it's her trying to stay slim, but then sometimes gets a lot of cravings. It's really dumb.
I feel like I would love that. Like I would watch that with any kind of intent for like, high class entertainment. But I feel like that's something I could just turn my brain off and enjoy.
That's what I did. It's brainless entertainment. I would definitely, if you're into that.
As somebody who likes like reality TV, I feel like I would love that.
Insatiable, Netflix, look it up. Your travel plans are more like, okay, so I do tend to plan a bit. I do like to surprise myself when I'm like surrounded by the unknown, but typically like I think travel plan, it refers to the plans of when I'm actually already at the destination, like I'm already arrived at the destination. I'm gonna say
like it's more asking like, do you plan ahead or do you just figure it out?
I do tend to plan a bit ahead a little bit, but like I'll give that a soft agree, like a soft one.
Mm-hmm.
You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it has taken place. Now, I'm pretty impulsive. I sometimes say things faster than I can actually, before I can actually progress what has just been said. That was a big problem growing up, that I would just say things as I was thinking them, not filtering things out. But that's definitely been, I've definitely trained that. I've definitely gotten better at filtering speech. So in this instance, I'm gonna give that a small disagree. I feel like when I am speaking, I do think about what I say a lot more than back then. I'm pretty, like, my speech is pretty well thought out and determined, and I don't typically regret saying the things I say as much as I did back then. All right. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. Okay. There's one person in particular that I know, that some of you in the stream might know, who is
before you go any further,
Mhm.
how do you answer this? Like, and this is specifically at you question. All right. Like, I know most people aren't in the situation, but you gotta be inclusive. Barry is like his own little special snowflake. How do you answer this if you don't have friends?
Well, basically, you get home.
Oh, I mean, I guess they're imaginary. I mean, guess those.
Yeah, okay, funny joke. Ha ha ha, clap. Continuing my story, there's one person in particular, shut up, that some of you may know, who is the epitome, he's the poster child of the problem solver. Like, if you're bawling your eyes out, you come home crying, and you're like, Mom, I got this, I was being bullied today at school. This person, even though he's male, but I'm gonna pretend he's the female mother. You're like, well, honey, what did you do exactly? And what did he do? So, like, I can help you out. Like, I don't care that you're crying, you're getting all your tears on the tablecloth. Like, can you not? I just got that dry cleaned. Like, I know who that is. And I think some of you know who that is. Like, it's a person who is on the cusp of being a robot and an actual human being. Like, this guy is basically Google, like, on legs. I would definitely say that I'm more on the emotional support spectrum, but I do try to create a bridge that will at some point also help the person solve their problem. So I'm gonna go and say agree, like a middle agree, because my instinct is to actually help a person out. No, it's not you, Goose. It's actually Dex Troll, who is a moderator here. He's very pragmatic, extremely pragmatic. All right, people can rarely upset you. I want to say agree. Like, in all earnesty,
Barry.
yes.
No, that was just like I was gonna say. I was just gonna say Barry.
Barry.
I mean, like you said, you claim to have done a lot of personal growth and all that. But the Barry I know, and hopefully they're gone because they were a little bitch, was highly upset by most everything.
Are you talking about me? My what? Little Barry?
Yeah.
Was I? Like, it's hard to tell if I was, in your words, an upset simp.
I wouldn't say simp. I feel like, I don't know. Can you be a gay simp?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah.
Can you?
Being what I feel like the two can definitely. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't call you a simp. I would just
You'd call me gay. That's all you need to say.
No, I was gonna say highly emotional. And
am I though?
Very.
What do you think?
I mean, like you said, you've had a lot of personal growth. I haven't really talked to you much recently, so I can't speak to
Bitch,
your.
we haven't spoken in like 3 years. That's an understatement.
I feel like we've talked at least some in the last 3 years. I feel like this isn't our first conversation.
No, okay.
We haven't talked regularly in 3 years, but like.
Okay, so we've talked at rare, like very far apart intervals in those 3 years. Okay. But to get to the core of the question, I'm gonna assume that the question is basically like people can rarely anger you or get you very like emotional. And
yeah,
I would say agree. I'm gonna say agree because I would say that it requires a lot of like, you really have to know me and to really like you need to know what makes my blood boil. And that is something that you can only really understand when you know how I tick, and there are only like a few people who have actually gotten to know me to that point that they can actually infuriate me to that point. So I'm gonna give that a middle agree.
I think you and I define upset on different grades. And I think that's where my problem with your answer comes from.
You disagree?
No. I think this is ultimately your answer to take, but like.
Honestly, you know, I would be interested in seeing how, like, I would love for you to take the test as well. And
I took it like very recently. So I can tell you my results.
I want you to take the test and project the questions onto me. Like, answer as to what you think I am. Maybe we can do that after this before we take the BDSM test.
Okay. You know.
So we'll have like someone.
You'll stream it and I'll answer the questions.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm down with that.
We'll have the results of someone who has been with me for the entirety of my life, me, and then there will be someone who I haven't spoken to in 3 years. So let's see what the accuracy on that's going to be. Anywho, we're 10% done. Almost there.
Okay. Not even close. We're still on the first page.
Yeah. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. Okay. That would have been a definite yes 5 years ago. But guess what? Streaming really makes you the master of soliloquy. It really does. It makes you really good at like talk to yourself, doesn't it?
I know exactly what you mean, but just the way you phrase that is just really funny.
Master of soliloquy?
I am but a master of soliloquy.
I am the master of talking to myself and nobody else being around to hear it. Yes, I am the master of loneliness.
I think that's called anxiety. Do you need to talk?
I need a therapist, honestly. Who needs hugs? I can give hugs. Oh, what?
Don't you got like, socialized medicine out there?
You mean like popularity pills or something? Yeah, they're called drugs.
No. Like, I mean, like, can you go see a doctor for free?
Oh, free healthcare?
Yeah.
No, we're not one of those countries. We do have to pay like for a consult and for like for therapy. This isn't Austria or Australia. No difference there, right?
Very unrelated, like very small anecdote, but I learned this like 2 days ago. It's like in the 80s, Austrian wine makers were like cutting their wine with glycol, which is a highly toxic substance, but sweet. And so it made it sweeter, and it wasn't being tested. It was being tested to see how much sugar was being added, and it wouldn't show up on those tests. Well, when it came out, a lot of countries like banned imports of Austrian wines, except for China and Japan, which accidentally banned imports of Australian wine.
That is so funny. I love that. That's so. But that makes me wonder: are the names of those countries also similar to each other in those languages?
No. Austria in German is
Österreich.
Österreich. Yeah, that is spelled an O.
Yeah,
and
it's an O
Australia
with two.
in English is spelled like Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Australia.
Australia.
Like,
Good eye, mate.
I could, since I am the conjurer of small YouTube channels with very niche topics, I can show you a YouTube channel called Name Explain that like goes into like country names and why certain countries sound similar and like whether or not that's intentional or just completely random. And he like did a video on exactly that.
That's interesting. Send that over to me after this. Are you guys drunk? Because this personality test seems like something I would do when drinking. Yes, we are. Well, I mean, I'm not.
I'm starting to feel buzzed.
I'm on the road to tipsy. I'm not gonna go to full drunk. That would require me to get another beer, and I'm lazy. But I'm feeling it, and Goose is definitely feeling it too. So
yeah.
Anyway, to answer this question, I love that we're like definitely drifting off into other kinds of stories and like just go.
This is definitely turned into a full podcast.
This is a TED Talk, honestly. No, this is a podcast with like personality questions on the side. Like the main point of this stream, it's a side thing now. It's a side thing. We're like side branching. So you often rely. Okay. No, I'm pretty good at soliloquies and keeping the convo going with someone. Pretty good. What I learned is to just pretend like you're interviewing someone. So if someone says something about themselves, go and listen to that. Like actually listen to it and see if you can like get another question out of it. And if a person is actually interesting enough, you don't even have to try, because then you'll just be like, oh really? What's that all about? So it's pretty easy.
Hey Barry, Conrad is right. It's the question is like in a negative.
Oh right. I hate it when the test does that.
Yeah. So
I don't like that.
Thank you, Conrad.
Thank you, Conrad. Thank you. Cheers. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. Listen, me as someone with ADHD, I struggle with this. I heavily struggle with this. I mean, for me, it's already hard to like finish one thing and then like finish the other thing. No, it's like I'm on my way to finishing one thing, but I see that this other thing also needs to be finished, so I work on that for 50%, and then I go back to the thing that I finished for about 75%, get that to 90, then I see something else, get that to 100, and then I finish the 90% thing to 100. So
that's how I ended up here.
That's how you ended up here.
It's not even a joke. That's just painfully true.
That's kind of what happened, yes. If you have to temporarily put your plans on, you make sure no, disagree. I'm all over the place, really. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. I wish I wouldn't worry as much as I did, but I kind of do. Like, let's be honest. I do care about, keeping up appearances. I do like leaving a good impression behind. Am I going to change myself, like, inherently to a person just to fit their wishes and needs? No. But when I do, like, leave a person after a first encounter, I do hope that that encounter was decent. So I'm gonna say a small disagree, because I do worry sometimes. Like, I do wonder if everything I did was as good as it could have gone. So yeah. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. Bitch, that's what I do for most of my weekends now. So disagree fully. Then again,
you don't get bored?
I stream.
You're not like the definition of bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house bored.
No. Honestly, did you just break something?
I dropped my mouse.
Your Yeti? Did you dropped your Yeti?
No, No, my mouse. I dropped my mouse.
Your mouse. Okay. No, I honestly, for like 16 years of my life, I've spent all of my weekends alone without feeling bored. And now that we're kind of forced to be alone, our weekends, or some people, just entire weeks, I can say that it hasn't been hard on me because I find that I can find entertainment in stuff like this. So no, I don't find it challenging. Sometimes, I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't have anything to do, while having a giant ass Steam library, having a lot of games, having a lot of people on my phone to talk to, having a pretty nice city to, just go for a hike for. When I say I'm bored, it's not that I actually literally mean I have nothing to do, because that's not true. I do have stuff to do. It's just that sometimes I'm too bored to actually undertake anything because I'm just lazy. But, it's not a challenge for sure. I can definitely spend a whole weekend all by myself without feeling bored. You are more of a detail-oriented than a big picture person. Ooh. Goose, you might need to provide me with a situation here, because I'm not sure.
All right. Let me think. All right. Oh, I think a perfect example would be like streaming. All right. Are you the kind of person who like triple checks all their stream settings before starting, or do you just go live and like as long as like it's like 80% working, you're good?
Now that's kind of ironic since that I started the stream off muted, but that's also because I already had a whole glass of beer. Typically, when I stream on my own, which is like 99.9% of the time, I definitely do go over all my settings. I make sure that the webcam isn't flickering, that my green screen is set up okay, that the mic is actually working, that my hotkeys work. I make sure that everything is set up correctly, that my lighting is good. I make sure that the quality is good. Yes, I would say yes to that.
So
would that make me more of a detail-oriented person?
I would say so.
Okay. I'm gonna put that over here because I'm not perfect. I sometimes overlook things, especially when I haven't streamed.
I don't know if like being like overlooking things makes you, or being imperfect in that sense makes you less of a detail-oriented person. We're all gonna miss things. It's right. More like what your tendency tends to be. It's more like, I do care about everything, like everything being meticulously, like I do care about everything being as perfect as it can be. And definitely like doing my best to, pursue that. I'm saying this as a big picture person. I just want that's why I like live.
You can hear me,
shows.
You can see the game. Okay, that's all good. We're gonna play this, even though it sounds like I am speaking into a Yeti in the bathroom.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, the entertainment quality comes from, the sum of its parts, not from every individual aspect. Sure, every individual aspect can be better. This is how I look at it. That's not how you have to look at it. But like, I feel like, because like also like my background is in like theater. In theater, nothing is ever going to go 100% right, especially in production. That's where I like did I did a lot of theater tech, so I did lighting and sound and stage management. And in that, like, it teaches you like nothing is ever going to be 100%. So as long as you get like 85-90% of everything right, the show will go on and everything's going to be fine. And you just
all right. Okay, cool.
Do not more of a detail.
Goose, you're cutting out a bit.
Am I good now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, your stream like buffered for a second, so it's back.
Oh, okay. Vlad already answered his answer to the next question. You're very affectionate with people you care about. Yeah, I am. There's not really a lot to discuss about that because, yeah, people that I care about, that care about me, I see the value in that. You know, there's definitely something valuable about real connections.
I'm an over dramatic little bitch.
No, but I mean, listen.
No, that's what he said.
Oh, I thought. Okay, excuse me. I thought that was you. I thought that was you.
No, that's what Vlad said.
And sorry, Goose. Sorry.
I mean, I am an overdramatic little bitch.
You are an overdramatic bitch. Sorry. Oh, my cheeks hurt. No, I'm just gonna answer that with agree. I do agree on the notion that I am very affectionate with people that I care about.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
20%, baby.
This is only the third page.
Whatever. It's fine. Are you having I mean, I'm having a good time.
I'm enjoying myself. Are you? Yeah, I'm glad.
It's funny to see that we picked things off, or we picked things up where they left off after 3 years, and seeing that this works, but that could also be because of the alcohol. Probably the alcohol.
I mean, we were talking before we got drunk.
That's true. We actually had like an hour of dialogue on Discord.
Yeah, like, I think...
Which was mostly just two people roasting you.
But that was a lot of my life.
Consists out of you being roasted?
See, here's the thing, alright? Let me just...
Why is it so easy to make fun of you?
mind. Because I let it happen.
Okay.
See, here's the thing, alright? I am a person who loves attention. And I don't hide that whatsoever. I don't care about the type of attention.
On a spiritual level.
I don't care about the type of attention. So if you're making fun of me or you're making fun with me, I don't care. As long as I'm, like, being paid attention to, I'm enjoying myself.
Right. I mean, the spotlight is the spotlight. There's nothing to argue about.
It's like the idea there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Right. You can tell a whole nation to inject yourself with bleach. It's still going to, like, bring attention to yeah, you're right.
I mean, he's still gonna get reelected.
Did you hear about the allegations surrounding Joe Biden and his sexual, like the Me Too? Yeah.
But I really, like, Joe Biden is such a terrible candidate. And, like,
the Democrats are not having good representatives in these 8 years of just...
I'll put it like this, alright? So, like, I became a U.S. citizen in 2016. Alright? So I got to vote. My first election was the 2016 presidential election. And I really wanted to vote for John Kasich, who was a moderate Republican. I ultimately ended up voting for Hillary Clinton, because there was no way in fuck I was going to vote for Donald Trump. I'm an immigrant, and, like, he fucking hates immigrants. I was like, that's enough for me, alright? And now, come 2020, the candidate that I had in line was Andrew Yang. I think Andrew Yang had a lot of great ideas, and the fact that, unfortunately, coronavirus has been the reason people have been actually paying attention to him, because it was him who was suggesting universal basic income, which is ultimately the idea behind the stimulus checks, and the idea of, like, paying people just a very basic amount of money just to be able to handle their basic shit. Well, right about a month after he drops out, the pandemic hits the United States, and people are like, oh, wow, maybe that was a good idea all along, after everybody was just like, nah, bro, that's fucking stupid. And now we have Joe Biden, who is a very boring...
generic
dipshit generic candidate, versus Donald Trump, who I don't agree with on a single fucking thing, but at least he has a personality, and I think based on that alone, he's gonna win. I'm not gonna vote for him, but I think he's gonna win regardless.
I wonder if he took this test, what would he be?
I don't know. He's a fucking megalomaniac piece of shit asshole who thinks his dick is big whenever it gets past 3 inches long.
He's definitely exuding big dick energy. Even though
that I will definitely give him that. He has big dick energy, but I'm convinced his penis is like as long as my middle
I was
finger.
just about to say, I feel like it's big dick compensating energy.
I mean, ultimately, the man is one of the most powerful people in the world, and you have to acknowledge that, even if you don't like it.
Right. But
I definitely do not like it.
I can't get over the fact that technically, the most powerful man on planet Earth right now said
He's in a vegetative state. He turned himself into a pickle, bro. It was the funniest shit.
the most powerful man in the world is a pickle. Yes. Yeah. I mean, telling 300 million plus people to go and inject themselves with bleach. I don't know. That is a very interesting aesthetic, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's
He's
special.
He's what in America we like to call a dumbass.
A dumbass. A simp. A simp.
He's not a simp. He's been married 3 times, and his current wife is hot as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's been
And,
shown publicly how affectionate the two of them are.
Okay, that's completely irrelevant. The man, you can't be a simp and be very aggressively sexually, and he's a very, to his own detriment, sexually aggressive person.
Wait, you can't be a simp and be sexually aggressive? What?
Yeah, because the whole idea of a simp is like you're like a
simp
doughboy.
is a foolish person.
What? No, we have different definitions of simp. Let's go to Urban Dictionary. Hold up.
Oh, no. Don't bring in Urban Dictionary. We're getting the regular dictionary on this.
Simp is not a normal word. Simp.
It is.
A man that puts him. It's
simp. Clipping of simpleton. A slang. A simple person lacking common sense. A fool or simpleton.
Hold up. No. This is how the word simp is being used in the public.
The dictionary.
A man that puts himself in a subservient, submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over without female bringing anything to the table.
That's not the latest meaning. Well, Conrad, excuse me, but the Oxford Dictionary is my Bible. Urban Dictionary is like the derogative, degenerate version.
Yeah, Conrad is right.
That's the
Old someone who was super.
Honestly, no. Oxford Dictionary is my Old Testament. I don't care about the New Testament. Like, the old one is OG. That's the OG Testament. We're not doing slang.
You realize that the Oxford Dictionary is updated more than any other English dictionary, to my knowledge.
Well,
it's updated more than like the Webster Dictionary, for example.
You know what?
Plus, you speak American English. Why are you listening? Why are you reading the Oxford Dictionary when you speak American English?
Because I spell
in Webster we trust.
No, I don't. That's a lie. I don't spell color with an OU. That's disgusting. I would never do that.
Yeah, you speak American fucking English. Why the fuck are you reading the Oxford fucking Dictionary?
Because it's installed on my phone.
Well, you can install the Webster Dictionary too.
Fine, whatever.
Or instead, rather.
I'm gonna go and actually get back to what we were currently doing, which was discover my personality. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. I mean, I'm streaming with Goose Roca right now, so I'm gonna go and say disagree. You are still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. No, not really. I mean, there's not much you can do about it. You're bothered by the mistakes you're making
right now.
What?
You're bothered by the mistakes you're making right now.
Probably, yeah. But I mean, I don't bathe in the past mistakes.
Hold up. Is like the definition of simp that you're reading like a shortening of simpleton?
Yes.
See, that's what I initially thought that simp meant when I started seeing the word simp. And then I asked my friend who, is not like an old man trapped inside the body of a millennial. And she like broke it down for me.
I'm generation what's
you're a full zoomer. I'm like on the cusp.
I'm a zoomer?
You're a zoomer.
That's ew, I don't like that.
Yeah, because like all y'all are like hopped up on AD meds and like
that's me though. What I don't like about that's me though. I'm on Ritalin, bitch. I mean it's
I was on Adderall for about like 7-8 months, and I fucking hated it. And instead, now I just chug back half a pitcher of coffee, and by coffee I mean espresso every single day.
Oh, if I do that, I'm gonna implode.
I literally drink a liter of espresso a day.
What is that in American gallons?
A pint.
A pint.
No, not a pint. A quart.
Quart.
A little bit more than a quart.
Okay. I mean, this stream is American English. You better act like an American English person.
I'm sorry. I was speaking to my audience, not to your audience. My audience is you. They're your audience.
European.
Yes. So I wanted to make sure you understand. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if people watch it. His name's Conrad and Vlad.
Well, okay,
Bianca. There's also like Eastern European people in there.
For some reason, there is a giant demographic, like a giant Eastern European demographic on my channel. I don't know why.
There's no problem with that.
I bet Putin would like me.
You have one letter off from having a comrade. You have a vampire. And Bianca just sounds like a sassy bitch, and I like that.
I love that. You piss pot. Vlad honestly is a bro. He's a swaggy bro. Have you ever seen Vlad? I mean, his profile picture is dated.
I don't think so.
But he is a sexy Slav boy. Man.
Here, let me go.
He's very he's a cute vampire. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Basically it's asking if I hug the walls at a party. You know what it is? If I go to a party and I don't know.
That does seem like a sexy man.
He is actually.
Does he speak? What language is this?
He's Romanian.
Romanian, okay.
Which
it
is actually
has like a Latin. I really thought French, but I was like, that's definitely not French.
Funny thing.
I want to learn Romanian because I've heard Romanian and it sounds really cool.
It's very cool. It's actually a romantic language. So yeah. It got ties to Portuguese, Spanish, French. I didn't know that before I started studying Portuguese. Like, I thought Romanian was one of those Eastern European languages, but it's actually quite similar to Spanish and Portuguese and all those languages, which surprised me, honestly.
I heard Romanian spoken, and I could understand like every eighth word.
Because you're Spanish, right? Or you speak Spanish?
Yeah, Spanish is my first. I'm Uruguayan. Spanish is my first language.
Right.
And between what I know, between my being fluent in Spanish and knowing some French, I could make out about 1 in 8 word. Yeah. And it definitely has the same tonality as Spanish. Can it have the same
pitch?
Vamos a hablar de esta cosa en la manera que estamos hablando.
It's very melodic.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. I'm into that. I love languages being interconnected and interwoven like that. Because
Do you speak any other languages besides English and Dutch?
Swedish.
Swedish?
Yeah. Although not fluently, but I mean, I comprehend the language and people understand me. And therefore, I also kind of understand Norwegian and Danish. Just like how you being Spanish kind of gives you a ticket for understanding.
Yeah, French is very easy to me. I can read Portuguese. I can't speak it, but I can read it without having ever been taught Portuguese because it's the exact middle between French and Spanish. So I can read it.
Okay, wait. Vlad just posted a Romanian phrase. Can you kind of comprehend that? Can you decipher it?
Very little. I'm gonna take my best shot at it by just assuming
have a sip of alcohol and you'll be fluent.
Okay, hold up. I'm more than halfway through my drink at this point.
Wonderful. I need to pee in a bit.
Okay. This is my guess of what that says. All right.
Pronounce it too.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll pronounce this in Spanish.
Okay.
This looks more like French though. But I'll pronounce it
Then
in
go
Spanish.
for French.
No, because my French accent is horrible.
Okay, then do Spanish.
I sane uitam la stream savedam se personality very. No French, please. My guess of what that is, there is your. What about you? I don't know. Witiam. I don't know what Witiam would mean. Oh, close enough for the answer. Cool. Final answer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have your dream. I don't know about them. With them. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Vlad,
I have no
would you care to share the answer with us?
I'm convinced the last 4 words are se is indicative. It's an indicative pronoun in French. So I'm assuming it's the same thing in Romanian.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be this or that kind of thing. Personalitat would be personality. Let's watch the stream and see Barry's personality. Okay.
Oh.
But that would mean see. Yeah, because ver means to see.
Wait. Why do
Then would mean let us see. Would be plural.
Haisa basically means let us, I guess, because otherwise I feel like Romanian is an extremely lengthy language. Because let's is a
I think them is let's watch.
Yeah,
or...
I think that too. Interesting. I love languages.
Sa would mean would be your or his. But there's sa and sa. Sa. I can never make the different accents of acento gu. Sa. Isa. Sa is a component of a verb sentence. Oh, so it's se. Okay.
Is?
No, it's se. Sekai. It's
present conjunctive. Okay.
Present conjunctive. Okay. Cool.
Fascinating.
I might need to start learning Romanian.
You know what? Why not do a drunk Duolingo course?
Do they have Romanian on Duolingo? Let me see.
Yeah, it's on Duolingo.
I actually just got a notification from Duolingo 5 minutes ago.
Is the owl holding your family hostage? Is it
yes.
demanding you to
broke Romanian? That's so Moldova.
Honestly, I thought about this, but I thought it wouldn't be enticing enough for others to watch. But streaming Duolingo, just the road to fluency.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I think it would be. I may need to discover that a bit more, that idea. But yeah, Romanian is a Duolingo course. You can learn it from English to Romanian. Anyway, getting back to the test, otherwise we're going to be stuck on 23% forever. At parties and similar events, you can mostly be found farther away from the action. Agree, slightly. I do tend to hone in on a group that I feel comfortable with and sort of sticking with them. Just getting to know them, and especially in a crowd of strangers.
I found it.
What did you do?
I found Romanian on Duolingo.
Congratulations. Are you gonna...
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just excited.
How dare you interrupt me in our joint stream? How dare you? I'm gonna start auto-ducking.
Definitely started to hit.
I'm gonna start auto-ducking your on Discord, so whenever I talk, you go silent. I can do that.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna do that because I'm not mean like that. anymore. Just kidding. Maybe I need some more
anymore.
beer.
You definitely finish this page and go get another drink.
You want me to get another drink?
Knock this page out and get another drink.
Okay. Also, Barry, I watched you fiddling with save files. You did last week. You did. That was fun. That was fun. You often find it difficult to relate to people who let their emotions guide them. So it's basically asking me if I find it difficult to understand women. I don't. I typically get along well.
Yo, that's highly offensive to us empaths.
I mean, I'm one too, so
That's what
I
they
can
all
say
say.
that. I'm gonna disagree because I'm gonna give that a middle disagree because I understand. I understand what creates these emotions, what they're based on, blah blah blah, all that stuff. When looking for a movie to watch, you can spend ages browsing the catalog. Now, I feel like this test is attacking me personally because yes. Agree. I don't know, Goose, if you are quite the Casanova. I don't know if you do a lot of dating or did a lot of dating, because I don't think a lot of people are dating right now. They shouldn't. But when you actually
like a week into quarantine, completely unrelated to that, but like I'm like a month and a half single, so like I have been dating recently.
I love that, Vlad. I honestly love that. I'm gonna break that now. See, this is what I mean. Vlad is one of those people who is a champ. He is always there. He's always rooting. He's always watching. He's always guiding. Beautiful. Claps. But yeah, no, where I was going with that, when there is actually any Netflixing and chilling, when there's proper Netflix before the chilling goes down, yeah, when there are two indecisive cunts on the Netflix screen, you know, looking for a movie, it can take me forever because I'm like, well, what do you like? And then the other person is like, well, what do you like? And then it's like a vicious cycle of not being able to choose what you like, and then you're stuck on it forever.
Can I give you a suggestion that has helped me a lot?
What? Just closing your eyes and just picking whatever?
No, that's terrible.
What is your
tip? Then you'll end up Netflix and chilling, and then you'll look over and just be completely turned the fuck off.
Right.
Choice, the way I've gone about it, and I guess it depends to what like role you're taking, so like socially / sexually. However, I usually was like, hey, I've seen this thing, I like it, have you seen it? No. Okay, I think you would like it. Cool. Puts it on, pays attention for like 5 minutes, makes a move.
They're probably not into it. Yeah.
It hasn't failed me yet. It doesn't,
I like
ultimately it has to be a very like, because what I have found, if it's something actually interesting, then you'll just end up watching the show. If something really boring, then you'll end up accidentally watching the show. If it's something right down the middle, is the optimal. I think that's why Friends is so popular.
Because it's really generic and sort of likable.
Yeah, but it's not like great. It's just kind of meh. It's just kind of there.
Honestly, it's perfect. It's perfect static. It's perfect to fill up the room. It's perfect to just have on and be watching it brain dead. Or, you know, watch it for at least like 8 minutes, and you know, when things get a little bit romantic in Friends, then that's your cue to get romantic with the person you're Netflix and chilling with.
At that point, you just need to have,
and then you turn it off, because otherwise you'll be having sex to a lot of laugh tracks.
I feel like there's like a certain kind of like intrigue to that.
Exactly, so you don't want that. You don't want that. You turn Friends off when you start to do the romantic stuff. Or sick or naughty bits.
I once, you know, are you okay if I tell a story? A specific story? Sure.
After that story, I'm gonna go and take a pee and refill.
Alright, to tell the story as briefly as possible, I once successfully, I was gonna say attempted, but no, successfully, Netflix and chilled to South Park Problem
Really?
is, I got distracted by South Park halfway through,
No!
so that I'm just watching South Park.
Was she that uninteresting?
I
Or was
mean,
South Park just really that interesting? Which one was it?
it was like
that's so bad for the girl though.
it was a little bit of both. I mean, it wasn't terrible; it just wasn't great.
But was that her fault or your fault?
I mean, this is the least amount of effort I have ever put into sex in my life.
I mean, clearly, if South Park overrules the person you're on top of, yes, definitely. That's wow. Claps. I love that. Literally, South Park was more interesting than the sex you were already engaged in. That's fascinating. I'm gonna go.
I never really thought about it that way, but I guess you're completely right.
You know what? I'm gonna go and let you talk to Vlad, assuming he's the only one here right now. Chat with him.
There's 6 viewers. I don't know who else is watching besides you and me. I don't know if you're actually watching.
I'll be back in a bit.
Sounds good. What's up, Vlad? Tell me about Romania, your culture, your customs, your favorite kinds of food. What do you like to eat? What's like if you had to say like a Romanian dish that you like to eat? Give me some ideas. I can look up some recipes because I went to the grocery store earlier and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to eat, so I ended up just buying some potatoes, and I figured I'd just bake some potatoes, and I bought some sausage, so I was gonna eat sausage and potatoes. But if you can give me some better ideas, I'd love it. So, well, the most generic Romanian dish would be misi. Alright, let's go to the Google. Misi recipe. Oh, that looks really good. How do you make it? Mix all ingredients with soda water and baking soda until blended. Blend in baking soda, slowly add soda water. A little at a time until well combined. See full recipe. So you have ground beef, wheat, guanil, I don't know what that is. Ground pork, ground lamb. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know where to get ground lamb around here, but we'll see. Garlic cloves, thyme, paprika, black pepper, salt. Ooh. Just based off the ingredients alone, it sounds really good. Just seeing what it comes out to look like. Let's see. It's basically a long and slim meatloaf, which you fry on the grill. You eat them with mustard and maybe garlic. They're usually made of only of pork. Okay. Yeah, I can get pork much more easily than I can get lamb. Lamb is a little expensive around here. Although I really like lamb. Yeah, just looking at pictures, this looks really freaking good, dude. Seeing a picture here of misi with French fries, just by themselves with bread. I think is that mashed potatoes next to it? I think that's mashed potatoes. Some really yellow looking mashed potatoes. Here's somebody dipping them in mustard. Also sarmale, which are more of a holiday food. Hey, Camilla! This is Barry is taking a personality test. My name is Roca, and I am here helping him out, and we are getting drunk together while he takes a test that tells us about who he is. Hi, I am speaking. My name is Goose Roca. Barry just came back, luckily, so I'm not, explaining this from the absence of society. Goose Roca. It is me. It is me. It is me.
You done?
I mean, I was trying to, hold over your stream while you were away.
Thank you for
somebody
that.
came in, and that's what was going on.
I'm very thankful.
I could have just gone straight quiet.
You could have, or you could have said a lot of insulting things about me, which, I mean...
No, we just talked about food.
Really?
Yeah, we just talked about Romanian food.
What are you gonna have for dinner? What are you gonna have for dinner tonight?
So when I went to the grocery store earlier, I was like, you know what, I should plan for dinner. And then I couldn't figure out what I wanted to eat. So ultimately, I bought sausage and potatoes, and I'm gonna make something with that.
That's nice. I want to know, because I hear this all the time about, you know, from people who work in like snack bars and stuff. They're completely they're completely desensitized to stuff like fries and burgers. I kind of want to know, are you like sick and tired of pizzas at this point because you're delivering them all the time? Or
I'll put it like this: I cannot smell pizza anymore.
oh wow, that's so sad.
I still enjoy the taste of it,
So sad.
but like for example, about 3 months ago, my transmission went out of my car, and I was out of work for about 2 weeks while I got that fixed. And when I came back to work, my most shocking thing was the fact that I had pizza in my back seat and I could smell it. And that lasted about 3 days before I went back to just being completely nose blind to pizza. I still enjoy the taste of pizza, but just not from the place that I work. Usually when I eat food from the place that I work, I make my own thing. Like, we don't have calzones at the place that I work, and I will make calzones. I make some very good-ass calzones, by the way. I made a calzone the other day. I was just kind of throwing things together, but it was chicken, bacon, tomatoes, onions, pineapple, hot sauce, and barbecue sauce. And then I put some butter and some garlic.
That's great. I love that.
It was so good. It was like a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. It was very, very tasty.
Oh.
But that's not something that's on the menu. That's just something I made using the ingredients. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's more what I've been doing lately. The other day, actually, I got some fries from Wendy's. And then I went to the store and I put it in the oven and I threw some cheese and some bacon and some ranch, and I just made some bacon fries. But instead of paying like up the wahoo for like a small portion of fries, I got a full portion of fries and I just threw everything else in from the store.
Oh yeah, nice.
So like,
That's so good.
am I tired of pizza? No. Do I still enjoy pizza? Less so.
I mean, I get that. Pizza is such an ubiquitous thing in your life now.
Yeah.
You kind of like, for something to stay fresh and sharp and like authentic, it's best to have it in like moderate amounts. But if you're surrounded by this thing the entire time, you're gonna lose your understanding of what it's like to have it once in a while, which is what most people experience when they order pizza. They don't typically order it every day or every week. So it makes sense.
The problem is with the pandemic, as a cost-saving measure, I've been eating pizza pretty much every day.
Boy. That's so healthy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So healthy. Guys, get on it.
It's healthy for my wallet.
Is it though? Is pizza cheap?
Well, I don't pay for it. It's just pizza we have at the store.
Oh, well then I totally get it. I mean, if you want to feel somewhat good about what you're doing, then just throw on some olives and what else is healthy? Pineapple? I don't know. Are you bacon or... Yeah.
Go ahead.
Are you bacon or eggs? Asks my beau. I'm eggs. What about you?
What does this like on for breakfast?
I guess I like eggs. I typically don't really.
I like eggs.
Like I like bacon.
I'm
not huge on bacon though.
Me
Thing
neither.
is, eggs are so versatile. You can make so many things with them. Scrambled eggs, omelets. You can do a lot of creative cooking with omelets. Pineapple, unsubscribe. I love pineapple on pizza. It's so good. Stop.
Okay, Conrad, have you actually had pineapple on pizza? Like,
he's probably a simp.
Like, I want to know, have you actually had pineapple on pizza? It's fine if you actually don't like it, but don't dislike it based off of the fact that other people dislike it and it's become a meme. Because it's actually pretty damn good. It's not like an everyday kind of thing. I'll give you that. It's not like the best thing in the fucking world.
I think
it's pretty good.
We're not really appeasing the chat. I think we disappointed Mila. Conrad just unsubscribed. Vlad hates pineapple on pizza. We're not really vibing with the chat right now, Goose.
Apparently
I think
not.
fire.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
getting
turn
tense.
back.
I'm not staying calm because I'm under a lot of pressure. So I'm gonna answer this question, simultaneously as we're talking about this. I don't stay.
Hold up. Damn it! I don't have my camera on. I was about to go roll a dice, but I don't.
No.
By any chance, I play Dungeons and Dragons and have a D20.
Are you an avid D&D player?
Define avid. I've been playing it a lot with my roommates over the last month because we haven't had shit to do. But before that, I played before, but never played for an extended period of time.
See, I would love to get into D&D. It's like the most generic geek game I've always heard of but never played. I would love to actually understand. It's like chess. I want to get to know chess. I want to know what all the hype is about. I want to know why chess is a thing. I want to know the same for D&D. I want to know that. I mean, I may not end up liking it like chess,
I'm happy to introduce you to D&D. I was talking to a buddy earlier, and he was pretty interested in getting a D&D game together, and I'm happy to host it. I've been with my roommates. We're playing 2 separate games, one on Mondays and one on Saturdays, and I'm hosting the one on Mondays, and my roommate's hosting the one on Saturdays. But there's only 3 of us, so it's a pretty small party.
Right.
But I'm still learning how to host or DM or Dungeon Master. But I'm happy to introduce it to you and try to get you interested. It's pretty fun.
I'd be down.
I'm more into the roleplay aspect than I am into the combat, but some people are more into the combat. I don't know what you would be into, but I like the idea of creating a character and figuring out what that character would be like and what they would be doing, and kind of try to get into the mindset of a character. I think that's really fun to me.
D&D, basically any action besides walking is a dice roll, and it's amazing. That sounds pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I like that.
It's not exactly true, but it's almost true.
Okay. Conrad, returning to the pineapple discussion. I have, but I don't like pineapple in general anyway. Okay, that's fine. If you don't like the general taste of pineapple, then I can give you a free pass on that. If, however, you like pineapple, you like pizza, and you start spewing stuff like, ew, pineapple on pizza, and you've never tried it before, I'm not down for that. I don't have time for those people. At least
I used to be like that, and then I turned 13.
You were a 12-year-old who was like, I hate pineapple on pizza, it's disgusting. Was that you?
I can't remember exactly. I don't remember exactly how old I was the first time I had a Hawaiian pizza, but I was definitely pretty young. I was pretty sure I was still in elementary school.
That's good, dude.
But before that,
it's so good.
I like it, especially if you dip it in marinara sauce, or if it already has extra sauce on the pizza. I'm all about extra sauce. I don't understand how people like sauce or just normal sauce in their pizza. I want my pizza to be saucy.
See, I have pretty sensitive skin, so if I dip something in a huge chunk of sauce, I'm gonna face the consequences the next day. I'll itch, I will get breakouts and stuff. So I have to be a bit. It's not because I don't like the taste of it, but I have to be a bit. What?
Are you allergic?
I'm not allergic per se, but I'm just very sensitive. If I start to eat if I eat a lot of chocolate, I will have to face the consequences of that the very next day. I don't know. Yeah, sensitive skin. I don't know. So
we're officially almost an hour and a half into this, and we're 30% of the way through.
Should we speed this up? I mean,
yeah. This is fun. I have nothing to do today. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I just figured we should answer some questions.
My day is about to end. It's 10:12 p.m. So.
Oof. Well, it's only 3 p.m. for me.
Right. I honestly like this format of streaming. I mean,
just laid back, just chilling and talking.
Just that drinking. I love drinking. I've learned that in the course of the streams that I've done where I've drank, which has been 3 now. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Especially since I don't have to Like, I played Sekiro. Have you played that?
No, but I've wanted to.
It's a good game. It's really good. But the game does demand you
when
to
it came out, Dark Souls 3 went on sale when it came out, so I got that instead.
Did you play that at least? Dark Souls 3?
Not very much, but I enjoyed it. I kept trying. Like I was playing. What's the class where you have like no armor?
Depraved?
Yeah, I was playing Depraved, and I was trying to fight this like optional side boss in like the first level.
Is it
and
the crystal boss?
It was like a lizard-looking thing.
Yeah, crystal thingamajig.
Yeah, and it was optional. I could kept going forward in a different direction, but like I really wanted to kill it, and I kept being so fucking close.
Mm-hmm. See, that's
and I played that for like 3 days, like on repeat, and I also just stopped playing.
Wow, that's persistence. Respect.
I need to go finish Last Jedi. I mean, not Last
Cheers,
Jedi.
Cheers.
What's the stuff? Fallen Order. I'm about like 2/3 of the way through Fallen Order, and I haven't finished that. I need to go back on that.
Yo, I should change my channel name to Barrio Alcohol. Barrel Alcohol. Barrel Alcohol. That's funny.
Barrel.
That barrel.
That Fallen Order looks amazing, dude. It's so much fun. It's the second game I've ever paid full price for. And I do not regret it.
I've never played a Star Wars game, nor have I watched Star Wars.
You should do a watch party. Yeah.
Thing is, it's not. You're 23. You just turned 23. It's not like something I cannot say. Star Wars is for another generation. I didn't grow up with it because you didn't either, but you can choose to grow up with it. But, you know.
I mean, the prequels are coming out when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, the prequels are coming out. I mean, you're 20. You're about to turn 21.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you would have been like 5 or 6 when like episode 3 came out.
Yeah, maybe. That was
what year were you born?
1999.
Yeah, so you were like 6 when episode 3 came out.
2005-ish, something?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, hey.
So, like, you were, like, just past the gap. But, like, my mom's, like, a major Trekkie / Star Wars fan, so, like, I also had that feeding into it.
Right.
Like, I was just a huge, like, 80s sci-fi nerd, so, like, I just had, like, that kind of, like, sci-fi, like, kick from my upbringing and all.
See, I bet you've watched Black Mirror on Netflix.
I've watched one episode, which is like the first episode of season. Yeah, I think it was like first episode of season 3, and I really enjoyed it, but I haven't watched it.
Wasn't that Nosedive the social one, the social rating? Yeah. I love that.
Paul actually like suggested that episode, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And
it's really one of the better ones. That's a really good one.
I've heard like season 1 and 2 are kind of hit and miss, like episode to episode, but like season 3 and 4 are pretty good, like all the way through.
Yeah, I would agree with that. 1 and 2 are a bit inconsistent because they're so diverse. 3 and 4, they're more like magnifying political and societal issues.
I'll just finish my drink.
You're gonna finish your drink?
I did just finish my drink.
Oh, congrats! Cheers. Now fill it up. Yeah. Fill it up again.
My boy.
My boy.
You're gonna kill me.
I will.
But okay.
I'm gonna go and answer this question real quick because we gotta get something out of this. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping into the conversation. Yeah. I mean, I'll make a fool out of myself, but I have no problem with that, so agree. When you sleep, your dreams tend to... You know what we should do, Goose? We should just do, like, rapidly go through some questions, and then we can have time to, like, sidetrack.
I'm down with that. There's this page while I'm making my drink.
Okay. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and fantastical. They tend to be kind of scary. I tend to have more nightmares than dreams, actually. So, definitely bizarre. Fantastical, I don't know. But definitely bizarre, so I'm gonna say agree, but like slightly agree. In your opinion, it is Sometimes okay to step on others to get on ahead in life. No, I don't really agree with that. I don't like that. I mean, my life is not necessarily more valuable than that of another, so I'm not gonna. No, I don't feel comfortable stepping on others to get ahead in life, even if it's sometimes. So no. You're dedicated and focused on your goals, only rarely getting sidetracked. Bitch, disagree. I would love to focus and dedicate myself on my goals, but I do get sidetracked a lot. Honestly, this whole stream is a sidetrack. Like, we're sidetracking left and right, so hey.
Same.
If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, and your knowledge. Literally, my whole relationship, my former relationship, was me doubting myself. My ex actually made me feel like a tool, like a dumbass, because he always was...
As opposed to?
As to me being actually clever and smart and educated.
That's a fair assessment.
Right. Now, I remember vividly feeling really stupid in the relationship. Like, reconsidering a different education just because I felt like I couldn't keep up with my ex.
Mm-hmm.
And a former boyfriend. And that made me feel... I don't know. I felt like I wasn't... I wasn't reaching my potential with him. He made me feel bad for a lot of things, not knowing a lot of things. He would like roll his eyes a lot, and the annoying thing is he would always create situations where he knew he had the upper hand in, and he would like make himself dominant and superior in that situation, which made me feel obviously inferior and like dumb. So
sounds like a dick.
Kind of was.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to make light of an actually shitty... Like, I didn't know like they were like a shitty ex. I mean, not every ex is a terrible person, but like, that sounds pretty bad.
I will, Vlad. I will play Assassin's Creed. But he definitely made me very doubtful of myself and my abilities and my knowledge, especially the latter. But now... I mean, I know what I'm capable of, I know what my skills are, and I know that they aren't perfect, but I'm very realistic. I know what I'm capable of. So, I'm not gonna say agree. I'm gonna give it a slight disagree, because I can reset myself. I know that if I make a mistake, by the way, I'm very keen on feedback and errors and learning from things that I did wrong. So I know that if I make a mistake, something technical, something maybe, online or something, I know that I will learn from that and I will not make it again anytime soon. So I take that as a learning curve. I will give that a slight disagree. When at a social event, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. I'm going to give that a slight agree. I do like... See, I'm the kind of person who, if I get introduced to other people, I will be very social. But I'm not the kind of person who just walks up to people. I don't think anyone does that unless they're really drugged or, like, drunk. But, I mean, I feel comfortable around new people. I'm just not sure if I would be the initiator. But if someone else would initiate that, then, yeah, sure. My name is Barry. What's your name? Hello. How you doing? So, that's that. Next. You gotta trick me into talking to new people. This is not gonna get me... This is not gonna get my stream taken down, is it?
I mean, I stopped it, but like, I want you to know nobody's perfect. Everybody gets that way.
I love that. I do love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. If you said anything to me in the last like minute and a half, I didn't hear it though, because I was solely focused on trying to find the part of that song that happened.
You should take this person. You should take this personality test too. About being sidetracked and whatnot. Conrad says,
I've never been sidetracked in my life.
Never, ever. You guys heard it here. Goose Roca never gets sidetracked.
I'm a highly focused person.
He's a very...
just focused.
I mean, you can tell by how on point and how like how topical we are. We stick to the one topic.
Listen, if I were, you know, a ditzy, like, floaty person, would I be 2 years behind on my degree?
No, that's the answer to that question.
Exactly. I'm a very focused person.
Conrad says, a few days ago, I had a dream where my roommate's room was empty, and on the same day, he said he would be moving out, which was kind of freaky. That's some premonition shit. That's so Raven, honestly. I like that.
Conrad, can you please have a dream about me getting a lot of money?
And then my name is Earling it. I would love that. Have you seen that show? My Name is Earl?
I watched it as a kid when it was coming on, but like I was a kid, so I didn't really get it.
Oh yeah, that was me with South Park and Family Guy. Honestly, being a European kid watching Family Guy, like 80% of all things go over your head because it's all American. I can imagine. It's all American pop culture.
Before my family moved over to the U.S., I would watch Simpsons.
How was that for you?
I remember we just watched it as a cartoon. My parents didn't know it wasn't dirty or anything in Spanish.
No.
But then we come over to the U.S. and we find out it's like what its reputation is here, of being like very anti-establishment or whatever.
Yeah.
My parents were very like by the book type people. So that was a very shocking kind of thing. Yeah.
Interesting.
It wasn't so much that I wasn't allowed to watch it, I was just kind of discouraged from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't motivated to watch it.
Right, but it was also like on Fox, and by the time I even thought to watch it, I had cable. Like, I could have probably watched it like the first like 2-3 years that we only had like antenna, but by the time I had cable, which was like, I don't know, like 2005, I was like, I had Boomerang and I had Cartoon Network and I had Disney Channel and like Nickelodeon. So
I remember I never grew up with Cartoon Network because we never got like the channel for it. I really grew up with the Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel. That was those were my platforms.
Disney Channel was the last one I got. I had Cartoon Network even like back in Uruguay. And I would watch that a lot.
Yeah, I did miss. Vlad is right. I missed out on a lot of great shows on Cartoon Network because as I grew up, I once at some point the internet became so advanced and I became sentient enough to like know what all the different platforms were. And like Cartoon Network, what is that? The Amazing World of Gumball, or what was?
Fuck! That shit started by the time I was in high school. Come on, bro.
When you were in high school, I was still in middle school. Remember, you're like 4 or 3 years older than me.
Gross.
Yeah.
You're disgusting.
You were a pedophile.
Wait, you're 99. I'm 2 years older than. I'm 2 years older than you. 2 years and a few months. I'm 97. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. You usually lose interest. Jesus, what a tongue twister! I think it's because I'm giggling so much.
Usually lose interest. In.
There was this. I'm currently watching Brooklyn 99. Every time I wake up, like in the morning when I make breakfast, there was this bit where one of the detectives or police agents was practicing a phrase. It was unique New York. I like tried that
unique
for 3
New
times.
York, you need unique New York.
Right.
New York is unique, unique. No. New York is unique. Unique is New York, you need unique New York.
There you go.
As a theater kid, I had to do this a lot.
I feel like I can't do that right now. I'm already past that stage of being able to do that.
Alright, real slow.
Oh, Jetix!
New York is unique. Unique is New York. You need unique New York.
Very good.
Thank you.
KV Milla, tell me, what was your result? Also, Jetix. Have you ever had Jetix?
Yeah.
Was that American
briefly.
too?
Yeah.
Because, see, the reason
Jetix turned into Disney XD.
I wanted to say that. I didn't know if that was a purely European or Dutch thing, but...
No, it was here.
I mean, I said two. I said Nickelodeon and Disney Channel. I omitted Jetix because I just didn't want to make you feel left out. But yeah, it was definitely first like Nickelodeon, Jetix, and then Jetix turned into the Disney Channel, which was... I was shook. My whole world was upside down. I was like, what the hell is happening? But I mean, most of the shows were still the same, but then you got all that real life stuff like Zack and Cody, iCarly, Zoe 101, you name it. No, wait, Zoe 101 was Nickelodeon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Teen Nick.
Right. Oh, Teen Nick. Holy shit. Yeah.
Teen Nick, then it turns to the N, and then it turns into something else.
Right. Oh man, good shit. Disney
Did you ever watch Degrassi growing up?
I did not. Drake was in that, wasn't he?
Yes, he was Wheelchair Jimmy.
No, I never got into that.
Oh man, I loved Degrassi as a kid. I've always been like into like, see, like, my dad's a preacher, right? And so like I spent a lot of time at church.
What? Your dad is a preacher? I am shook once again.
We've talked about this like maybe 2 hours ago.
Right.
Anyways, on Fridays, my church had like prayer meetings, and all like the people from the church would get together and they would just pray together. Well, my brother and I were like kids, so we just kind of just chilled out and watched TV. And you know what my ass fucking watched as like a 7-year-old? With like antenna, like not even like cable, just like on like off the air. I watched two things. I watched Desperate Housewives in 2020.
That's so funny.
2020 is a news show. And I think that's probably why I've always been into like news like, documentaries ever since.
Because of Desperate Housewives.
No, it was Desperate Housewives and came on, and then after it came on 2020.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
They were both on ABC.
Mm-hmm.
I think. By the 2020 was ABC. I don't know what Desperate Housewives was on. We had like 4 channels, okay?
Right. There was not a lot to choose from.
Yeah, but like, you know, you would never let yourself cry in front of others, agree or disagree.
Right. Oh, wait, what? Whoa! Wait. First I have to... Sorry. I spaced out for a second. I wasn't here. Wait, I first have to answer the tough question. I was just fiddling around. I was fidgeting. I just spat on my mic. I'm sorry. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. Hell no, I love philosophical discussions. Hell yeah. You would never let yourself cry in front of others? Disagree. I mean, why wouldn't I? I mean, I don't cry a lot, but if I do, who cares? I mean, I don't care. Do you care? I don't care.
Wait, was that like a rhetorical question, or was that like an actual question?
Actual, I think.
Okay, I've cried in front of 3 people who are not in my family ever.
Do I want to know?
2 of them in the same. Okay, 2 of them at the same time. 2 of them are like my current roommates, but like 3 years ago.
All right.
And the other was the professor. So
I cried a lot when I was younger. I was a crybaby. I was such a fucking annoying child. I cried
I'm
a
just
lot.
a complainer. I like complaining.
I do. Honestly, complaining, like just ranting, just getting all of that heavy baggage off of your chest, it's fucking great.
That's why I have a Finsta. I just post random memes and then I just rant in the comments.
I love that. That's so good. Yeah, me too. I love that. Especially at work, there's so much for me to like complain about, but like not to the people that I'm working with.
Right.
it's so good to unwind and just shit on all the people you want to just, you just want to talk shit about. It's so good. You feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than to more quiet and intimate ones. See, I'm the kind of I would say neutral. There's something beautiful about a bustling city life and something very quaint and very picturesque. I don't know. I might say, I think this is gonna be my first neutral. Because there's beauty in...
Sorry, somebody was actually responding to a comment on my Finsta from like 2 days ago. I was, do you feel more drawn with a bustling and busy atmosphere? Yeah, I can see you being in the middle of that.
Yeah, I think there's a beauty in both. So, if I had to choose, I would say quiet and intimate more. I don't see myself growing up in downtown Amsterdam or downtown New York or downtown Los Angeles. I prefer the suburbs. I like to be close to like the epicenter of where all business goes down. I do like the accessibility of that, but to grow up there, nah, I would have to maybe just because the test is like try not to leave any neutral answers. I'm gonna say a slight disagree. Just because my preference goes to the ones that is, more quiet and more intimate. You like discussing different views and theories on what the world could look like in the future. Yeah, I like that. Sure. I'm a very philosophical person. I love discussions. I love talking about all sorts of ideas and alternative theories. Definitely, yeah. When it comes to making life-changing choices, you mostly listen to your heart rather than your head. I'm more pragmatic. I think that I go off of experience rather than gut. So I'm gonna disagree. I'm more methodical than... I'm also impulsive, but I'm also methodical. So I'm just gonna I'll put that on slight disagree. Also, I'm buzzed right now. I'm feeling really good right now. Just saying. I'm gonna have another sip. How are you feeling, Goose? Sorry.
I think you can check your DMs real quick on Discord. You'll see why I'm laughing my ass off right now.
Okay.
For context. Whoa! That was publicly, my dude.
Sorry.
It's cool.
So can I read it out loud or?
I'd rather you not. You can talk about the content, but just not the specific.
Wait, okay. Thing is, I have to mouth it. I'm drunk to the point where I can't read it in my mind. I kind of have to audibly say it, but I'll have to stay quiet.
Do what you gotta do. I'm happy to discuss it, just not specifically.
That's dumb. Wait, is any of these you? Oh, are you thrift shopping for love?
Yes.
Sorry.
It's fine.
But are you? Is this real?
Yes.
Oh, that's so dumb.
I know.
Oh,
quarantine has made me very bored and very susceptible to my worst qualities.
Mila, good night. That was really funny.
Okay.
Oh,
thank you.
We also had mini We also had Minimax, which was mostly a young kids channel, but it also had Tales from the Crypt Keeper. I don't know what that is. I haven't watched that. I'm sorry. You cannot.
I have not watched that either.
We have to discuss that later, Goose. That was too good.
I'm happy to.
You cannot imagine yourself dedicating your life to the study of something you cannot see, touch, or experience. Wait, you cannot imagine yourself, okay, dedicating your life to the study of something that you cannot see, touch, or experience. So like metaphysics, right? Or something.
Metaphysics, sociology, archaeology. I mean, archaeology, I guess you can see.
No, okay, I get the questionnaire. I'm gonna disagree.
I guess like social / physics.
Something that isn't
concepts.
palpable, basically.
Yes. All the things that I'm interested in, I guess.
I'm gonna disagree just because I could see myself studying something that's theoretical and something that is not necessarily. I mean, I design. I'm a graphic designer. Those are not necessarily like the essence of design isn't necessarily palpable. It's not something you can physically touch. Of course, you can print stuff. You could create websites, but I would be interested in studying aesthetics. Like why do we think some things are beautiful and why do we think some stuff is ugly? I could see myself studying that, so disagree. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. Slight disagree. I don't care, like I don't hold a grudge. I typically can get over stuff. There are some limitations to that, but I prefer to forgive rather than to take revenge, because revenge takes action and I'm a lazy person, so I'd rather forgive. Personality test. Oh, I'm definitely on my way to Drunk Town. Personality test A. These things can't tell you who you are, Barry, but you can, James. Tell me, who am I?
We're just over halfway through.
Yeah,
It's only been 2 hours.
It's only been 2 hours for a 12-minute test. It's a 12-minute test. So funny. So funny.
Oh, James just wants you to know that you are Barry.
Thank you for checking up on my identity. You're a barrel of beer.
You identify as Barry?
Thing is, do you identify as Goose? Like, is that name inherently connected to you? Could you see yourself being anything else?
I see myself more as Goose. I see myself more as Goose than I do as Gooseman. Like, I introduce myself as either, like...
Is that your actual official name? Is that Gooseman?
My real name is Gooseman / I mean, in English I say Gooseman. But, like, yeah, that's my real name.
Alright.
Oh, great. It's Brandon. Dude, how did you get the Goose to join your stream?
Wait, who is this?
Alcohol. This is my buddy Brandon, who's, like, the reason I ever started streaming in the first place. We met on Omegle trying to meet Captain Sparkles, and that's all I'll say about that.
That is perfect. That's the most perfect introduction. I have nothing else but to commend the two of you on how you met. Brandon, thank you. You are a legend. If you didn't exist, then this stream would be solo, or it probably wouldn't have happened. Probably no.
It definitely would not have happened.
Definitely not. Thank you. Captain Sparkles, I feel like he's the most unproblematic, like drama-free, likable person out there. He's such a he's
just a chill dude.
He's a peach, is what I'll say about
him. He really is.
He's a delight.
Yes, Brandon, I am the sole thing that you have ever caused. Everything else you have made has been incredibly inconsequential, and you will forever be known as the person who created me.
Thank you. You often make decisions on a whim. Last night, okay, so listen up. I just bought the iPhone SE, which is the budget phone. the iPhone SE, which is the budget phone of Apple this year. It's basically the iPhone 8, but with like the processor of the iPhone 11. And
I had the SE, like that was like the 5 with like the 5's chassis with like the 6, and then I have an XR, so like I know exactly what you mean.
So the iPhone SE is basically Apple's rendition of that, but for like the iPhone 8, but with the interior of the iPhone 11. So right here, this is my current phone, which is an iPhone 7. I already just this story will give you an idea of how neurotic and kind of dumb, well, not dumb, but just, you know, how autistic I am. So I have the iPhone 7. I ordered the iPhone SE. I already have it. It's in my other room. It's like in my bedroom. I already took it out of the packaging. I still have the protection, like the protective layer or whatever you want to call it on it.
The case?
The case. Well, it's like a protector.
What do you mean, like
the screen, like the film?
Oh yeah, the screen protector.
I still have the screen protector on it that came with the iPhone. I already booted up the phone. I already set it up. I already downloaded the apps. I already put in my contacts. Still have it on. The reason for that being is that you can have your phone, you can give your phone to, like, you can give it to Apple. They will put it into this pressing machine, which will put on this perfectly placed protector, like screen protector from Belkin or whatever. And they basically push out all the remaining bubbles. So basically Apple or like a reseller, like an official reseller, they do this, will guarantee you the perfect screen protector, like placed and everything. It's like perfect. It's meticulous. I'm going to get that done tomorrow. The reason why I still have that protector, like the original protector that's like all over the phone and still has like this tag at the bottom, is because I don't want to scratch my phone yet. I don't want to scratch my new €450 whatever phone, because I am very neurotic when it comes to that stuff. Thing is, Vlad, you scratch your phone like a dumbass. I will too, probably in like a year from now. Maybe even half a year from now. But right now, there's nothing I'm more careful with than a new iPhone or phone in general. But I typically buy iPhones. But yeah, a new phone to me...
I think you're completely right. I have always been a big case person. And then I got the XR, and I've just not had a case on it, and it is tore the fuck up. There's cracks all over the
that makes me want to cry and pee at the same time. Mainly because I'm buzzed on alcohol. But that's, to me, there's, like, if you're an iPhone user, and I'm an iPhone user, we're in the same room, if you drop your iPhone, spiritually... I dropped my iPhone. Like, I feel that phone thudding on the ground. I feel as if the cracks on your phone crack my phone. There's something about seeing an iPhone.
I kind of dig the cracks on the back. It's just the cracks on the front that bother me.
You dig the cracks on the back? What are you saying, Goose?
It's kind of turned into a really cool pattern. I can't really explain it. It's like a
aesthetic.
It kind of is. It's gotten to the point where like my phone like randomly like freaks out on me, and like it'll change screens or it'll type by itself. And I have to make sure yeah.
That is
just leave it off for a little bit.
Can't relate.
Really annoying.
Can't relate at all. Like, no, I would never.
I've never had a cracked phone screen before this phone ever.
Okay.
But I mean, I think, let me see. I got this phone in about this time last year, and I got it on 18 months, so I can upgrade. I think like February of next year. So I can just hold out on it till then. I can just get a whatever. It would probably be like an iPhone 12 at that point. By that point,
Right, because that one is also in the making.
yeah. I'm assuming by that I'm like a 12. If not, I'll get an iPhone 11. But this is an XR, so it's like a 10.5.
Right. I'm the reason why I like the SE. See, okay, so I'm this is my current phone. It's the iPhone 7. Mm-hmm. It has a home button. It has a chin. It has a forehead. It's 4-inch. It has a 4-inch display. 4.7 inch, I think. 4.7 inch, right. And I'm happy with that. See, if I were to go to the XR or the 11 or the Pro, sure, I'll get used to the screen size, but right now I'm used to this size, and if I can upgrade to something that I will also, like if I don't feel like it's going to be a downgrade, why not upgrade to the same format that's just a lot faster, will last me like at least 5 more years in like software updates. You know, why wouldn't I do that? I feel comfortable in this format.
This is like my full list of phones. This would be my 4th phone, I believe. I got my first phone when I was an 8th grader, so then I would have been 10 years ago, so I would have been 13.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a knockoff BlackBerry by LG. So it had a full tiny little screen.
Right.
My smartphone I got 2 years after that, and it was a 4C. I had that for 2 years. Then I got the original SE, which was the case of the 5 with the tech from the 6, and I had that for 4 years until last year when I got the XR.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like made a giant leap from the original SE to the XR. I can't see myself going. Yeah. And at first it was kind of like took me a minute to adjust to like not having like a home button and having a better screen. But like, given a lot of what I do on my phone is just watch YouTube, like I'm all about it.
Oh, same. If there's anything that's gonna drain my battery, it's because it's YouTube. I don't do video gaming on my phone. I have a computer for that. I have a PlayStation for that. If I want to play video games, I have a separate platform for that. I don't do that. And typically, I don't play video games on my phone to like keep myself busy because I'm bored. No. I go on the internet, I go on forums, I go on Reddit, I go on YouTube. Those are the things that keep me busy on my phone. If I want to play video games, I play it on my computer. For me, that is the designated platform to play that on. Also, I'm really hammered right now. I'm drunk. You know that feeling that when you're drunk, your head just bobs? Like,
I'm nowhere near that level yet.
I am. I'm a lightweight drinker.
I've been taking it very slow on purpose. We're about 2 hours into this. I mean, I could join you. I could finish my drink very quickly, and I could join you at that level.
I mean, it's up to you. You go and
All right, my dude. I'm drinking about half of this because I am actually like, if we're like on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being like blackout, I'm at a, like 2.5, 3 right now. I'll join you at a
4 or 5. 4 or 5.
I'll join you at a 5. Give me a minute.
All right, I'm gonna go and take a pee. I'll be right back.
Alright, if I halfway through the second drink, bear in mind, each of my drinks have had about 3 shots worth of alcohol in them. Barry is gone. I will keep you all entertained. Barry, you're too pure to put alcohol in. This is Barry's idea to get drunk together. I would just want to tack on with him, because he was talking like, hey, I should get drunk and take a personality test. That'd be fun. I was like, I want in on that bullshit right the fuck now. Most games are trash. Alright, there is one game on mobile that is very good. You can get it on both iPhone and Android. And that is RuneScape Mobile, which is old school RuneScape. Like 2007 version of RuneScape. You can play it. You can go back and forth between like your phone and your computer seamlessly. It's a very fun game. I mean, it helps if you already know the game.
Which game are we talking about?
RuneScape, because you can go back and forth between mobile and PC.
Like, are we talking old school?
Yeah.
That was my shit. That was.
Do you play it still?
No, I think I went back to it like a year ago when I realized that the old school version was still being maintained because there were so many people into it, and it was such.
I think the old school version launched about like 2 or 3 years ago.
Is it more popular than the current version of RuneScape?
Yeah, now it has since become more popular, but it's also been like actively.
That. See, my childhood Flash player online games were RuneScape, Habbo, and Panfu.
You played Habbo?
I played Habbo. I played it. I played it. I put more hours into Habbo than I dare to admit. I spent.
I didn't know about Habbo until pretty recently.
What?
Do you know Internet Historian?
Yeah, I do. British chap meme. I love it.
Yeah, he's actually Australian. I found out that out like
same
in his latest
thing.
video.
I mean, Queen's English. They spell color with OU. Same thing.
Sure. I didn't know he was Australian until like his latest upload. He talked about being Australian, but
You want to know a sentence that will always make you sound Australian?
Shrimp on the barbie. Eh?
No, that made you. That was British. That was off Australian. That didn't sound right.
What is it? What is it? Banana.
No, not at all. Good, just good. Something is good, not
good.
Bad. Good. I, as in I look at you. Your eye. And mate, as in I'm going out with my mate.
Good eye, mate.
There
good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate. That will always sound Australian. There is no way to mispronounce that. Don't color my color with colorful colored color. James, the spelling inconsistency in that sentence just gave me cancer. I don't know how to feel about that.
Don't color my color with colored color. I feel like that fourth colored, the second colored should be where James said colored should be without a U, and that
I feel
final
like
color should be with you.
I feel like everything in that in that sentence should not be spelled with an OU, just an O. Like, why not make language easier and simpler? I'm all up for that. I mean, English got rid of the genders, when they decided to just take the for the article. Why not just make things simpler with the spelling? Like, hey, I'm gonna finish this page and then we can rant about whatever we want. The time you spend by yourself often ends up being more interesting and satisfying than the time you spend with other people. Time you spend by yourself? No, I would say that. No, slight disagree. I do enjoy the company of others, and sometimes really interesting things come out of that. Although, what? Oh,
sorry, I coughed.
I mean, this is nice. I'm not gonna lie, Goose. I will have to ask you to do this more.
I'm enjoying myself. I'm glad you are too.
I am. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning or the message of a song or movie. Yes. Have you seen Midsommar, Goose?
Was that English?
It's an American English movie, but the title is Swedish and it takes place in Sweden.
I do not believe so.
I'm
not a big movie watcher. I watch more TV than I watch movies.
Same. But since this quarantine started, I've started watching horror movies just because they make me feel something. Because not a lot of things make me feel something nowadays.
Goddamn.
Have you watched Hereditary?
No.
Okay, well, you should. Anyway, Midsommar was a movie that left me feel... It made me feel very confused at the end of it. Like, I wasn't sure if I was happy. I wasn't sure if I was sad. I wasn't sure if I was feeling melancholy. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what I was feeling. And the main reason for that was because the ending totally baffled me and it left me with so many questions. So, of course, me, Lil Barry, goes onto the internet and goes to Reddit and looks up all, like, what is this meaning? Like, what is the movie all about? Like, I want to know, what does this all mean? So yes, I would say that if I am baffled or like confused about the meaning of something, whether it be a movie or a song, I will genius it, I will Wikipedia it, I will Reddit it, I want to understand the world around me. So I will agree, just a regular agree on that. I like to.
I'm the kind of person who has seen, like, you could like string words together to describe a video essay, and I probably watched it.
Right.
In fact, we had this experiment happen with my roommate. Just strung words together. It's like, did you watch that video that was like a feminist take on like how Avatar: The Last Airbender showed like the stratification between societies? And I was like,
ew.
Probably.
I wonder what Snakes on a Plane was about. That probably had a really deep meaning. Jesus. The more I drink, the less English I am capable of speaking.
If you want to go full Swedish, I'm happy to fake translate.
You mean Dutch?
What did I
say?
Like
my native language is Dutch.
What did I say?
Swedish.
Did I say Swedish? Okay.
Yeah.
I meant to say Dutch. I definitely do that. Like, I even commented on it earlier. I'm sorry, I definitely got that wrong, but like, I meant to say Dutch.
I think everyone goes like that after a sip of the creature beer. The creature being alcohol. I love that. Honestly, James is one of my favorite people I've ever come to like meet, like get to know in the stream. He always brings his own quirky sense of humor. Like, James brings James vibes into the stream, you know? He's so... There's something chef kiss, you know, about him. It's perfect. Thank you, James. I'm being very candid now that I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm comfortable saying that I'm drunk, because it's really hard for me to not have the world spinning around me as I'm keeping my head still. Like, my eyes are just tilting all over the place.
Take a light break before you drink anything else, and keep going with the test.
Okay. You rarely think back on the choices you made and wonder what you could have done differently. No, I think about that. I'm gonna give that a slight agree. I do wonder how things could have gone.
I love Welsh accents. I absolutely love how Welsh people sound.
They sound they sound a little sing-song like. It's very up and down. I have no idea how that sounds.
I find Welsh accents incredibly attractive.
It's very it has a lot of character to it. It's very there's something about it, you know. It's very charming.
Yeah.
It's very charming. And I bet James Carmichael is a very charming person with a very charming accent.
I've gotten that impression of him, yes.
Yes, James he's a good lad.
That being said, I haven't heard that many like female Welsh speakers or Welsh accent havers with speaking English.
Have you ever seen?
Knowledge, at least.
You should watch Geordie Shore.
Who's that?
You know Jersey Shore?
Yeah.
Wait, no. Geordie Shore is Manchester or Liverpool. The Valleys is a show that's basically Jersey Shore, but shot in Wales. Like, if you want to get an idea of like Welsh people, Welsh accent, Welsh going out, like city life, party life, The Valleys, I think, is the show to watch. I think. Katharina Zeta-Jones is Welsh, apparently. Also, you know Duffy, the singer? She's also Welsh, that I know.
I don't, actually.
You don't? Okay, well, then Katharina Zeta-Jones is probably the most famous Welsh person you probably know. Or James Carmichael. He's pretty famous too, especially in my streams.
James Carmichael is the most famous of all time.
I agree. When in a
Alright,
public...
but the most important question is, when you're in a public place, do they usually stick to quieter or less crowded areas?
Like,
quieter and less quiet areas. My bad.
Like if I'm in a city and I'm meeting up with someone, I will tend to like go to a park or, you know, not stand in the middle of a crowd. So yeah, I'll agree to that. You tend to focus on
present realities rather than future possibilities.
Oh, that's a hard one. Like I can think in the now, but I also think about the future sometimes.
Okay, I'll put it like this. Alright, when you were streaming very regularly, were you focused more on the potential of where your streams could go, or are you more focused on every individual stream being as good as humanly possible?
Oh, definitely the latter.
Okay, then you're definitely in the disagree.
Okay. Alright. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. No, I understand people. I understand humans. I understand feelings. I know. I know it. Katarina Zeta-Jones was in the Mask of Zorro, and she's had face filler, and now looks like a water balloon. Now I want to look up Katarina Zeta-Jones. I will do that actually. Sorry, I can't read when I'm drunk. Or type.
Can't read, period.
Shut up.
I don't know if I've ever seen.
Oh, she's well on her way of becoming the next Cher.
She's hot though.
Yeah.
She's 50.
She's 50.
I dig it.
Oh yeah.
She's 50.
She's good.
Oh,
her nose in this picture is a bit.
I'm about it.
She looks like Morticia, honestly, like from the Addams Family. She would make a really good Morticia.
Why does that just make her hotter to me? Like
Morticia is hot, honestly. Morticia
has like that weird like emo energy that like I never got over being very attracted to.
It's because they're mysterious. You're like, wow, this woman is an enigma. I gotta discover her. Like I gotta know what this woman is about. She
actually looks like an old version of a friend of mine.
Does she? Are you crushing on this older friend?
I did at one point. I mean, I haven't really thought. I mean, she has a boyfriend, but I haven't really thought about her in years.
Is that? Wait.
I was crushing on her like 4 years ago when I met her.
Wait.
But like, no, we're just friends.
This is not the story written by Thrift Shopping for Love, right?
No.
Okay. Here,
I'm just gonna send you a screenshot of her Insta.
Sure.
Meanwhile, you'll see like a comparison. Tell me this girl doesn't look a lot like
Morticia or Catherine
Zeta-Jones.
Right. Goth girls are sexy.
Agreed.
Goth boys, however, are not. Goth boys
I've never had that question.
Goth boys are the worst. Their hair looks like they put it in the microwave and it exploded. Like, it's just too violent. I can't. Like, there's something erotic and enticing about goth girls, but goth boys are just attention whores. I don't like that. When starting on
I'll be right back.
Okay. That gives me time to answer some questions. When starting to work on a project, you prefer to make as many decisions up front as possible. No, I wish I could say that I would, but I don't. I kind of make them halfway through, you know, when I face them. It's what it is. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you also wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. No, I don't. I'm not that pessimistic. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. I wish. Like, I don't initiate that much. I wish I was like that. Son, I am disappointed. No, Daddy, why are you disappointing me? You don't see many goth guys around anymore. I think the COVID must have got him. Your honesty is answering these questions is very admirable, Barry. You can thank Mr. Alcohol for that, James. But yeah, it's great.
Thank Mr. Guzman.
Welcome back, Mr. Guzman.
I am to be thanked for this. I accidentally created this beast.
You created.
You are my true Frankenstein. You currently are my current Frankenstein's monster.
What, drunk Guzman?
No, drunk Barry. Drunk Barry on stream answering a personality test.
Honestly,
it's of my design.
Is it a Frankenstein though, or is it a piece of art? Like I feel like I'm a good version of myself right now. I feel like I'm really like chill, laid back, vibing. I feel like I'm full of good vibes.
Was a very well received novella.
So is that?
It is art.
Thank you. Your art too.
Oh, I'm more of an artiste.
And your pizza onesie is even more art.
I'm very hot.
You're very hot.
Thanks.
Hot. You're a very hot pizza.
I mean, I'm steaming. But the important question is, do you very often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas?
I wish. No, I am as lucid and as awake as possible. I think it's because of the Ritalin, honestly. It keeps me up and awake. Which is funny because for a lot of people that it makes them, it turns them into zombies, but no. Ritalin keeps me sharp as a knife. So no, I wish I daydreamed. I wish I was that creative, but no, I'm not. You look after yourself first and others come in second. Yes, I mean, yes, slightly though. I do take care after myself, but you know, I'm not the only one living on this planet, and I'm very much aware of that at every single moment in time. You know, I don't just think about what my best interest in something would be. I think about what others may think of that. So I'm not gonna give that a full-on agree. I'm just gonna give that a little agree. So even when you have planned a particularly daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. If I really have a lot of plans on a day, like if I have like 4 dates or something, you know, if I have to fuck 4 different guys, I will fuck 4 different guys. You know, I will.
Barry, let's dial that back to like reality, where like you just watch.
Okay, if I have 6 guys to fuck on a day, then I will fuck 6 guys on a day. So I'm gonna go and say agree on that like wholeheartedly. Your mood can change very. What?
You know what? You know, I'm not gonna ask that question. I'm just gonna let the world wonder.
Okay. Your mood can change very quickly.
Yeah, apparently you just go from like normal to horny very quickly.
Oh wait, you're right. Conrad is right. I need to disagree on that. Thank you, Conrad. I'm too drunk to understand the double negatives and the double positives in these questions. I think if people looked after themselves more, then we wouldn't need to be so selfless. Being selfless can be reckless sometimes. I agree with that, James. I really do.
I don't feel like most people are selfless. I feel like most people are incredibly selfish.
No, I agree with that. Most people just look after themselves. And I feel
like a lot of people can benefit from being a little bit more selfish, and a lot
you know what
most
it is?
People can benefit from being less selfish.
You know what it is? Being selfless is a bridge to being selfish, because being selfless will eventually reap benefits. If you are good to people, people will be good to you. Like, if you are consecutively taking care of the people around you, at some point, out of 10 people you help, 2 will definitely help you back in ways you didn't expect them to help you out with. So,
I mean, on a slightly, not moderately related example. Like, I kind of witnessed that at work. Like,
Mhm.
being in the service industry. Like, I am, like, very, 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 very overly nice to customers.
Bye, Bianca. Continue, Goose.
Yeah. Take care, Bianca. Have a good one. Enjoy yourself. You're gonna go study, so, like, you know, may your time be very blissful and
Maybe
fulfilling.
productive.
Of course. The more rude you are to me, the more nice I'll be.
Oh.
That's what I was. Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, to give you, like, a legit example, there's this customer. I won't say his name because I feel like that's a bit rude.
We'll call him
He's one of
John.
our. We'll call him. Yeah, we can call him John. He's one of our regulars. He works at Walmart and he comes to pick up pizza from our store after work.
Mhm.
Am I still? The stream is buffering in my end. Am I still there?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear
Okay,
us? Hello? Let me know.
The stream stopped buffering for me, so I'm assuming
Okay.
all is good.
So you have this guy at work, or a client,
Yeah.
John.
He's a regular customer, and the first time he came in that I saw him, he was a regular. He already had come in a few times before this. He came in from Walmart, and you know Walmart, they have their name tag on, and he had his vest. And I'm like, "Hi, welcome to the store. My name is Guzman. How may I help you?" You know, very bubbly, very happy to help people generally.
Right.
And he just looks at me, and I'm just like, okay. What's the
He's
name
not
of your
having
order?
it. John was not having it.
Right. I did have a skip there, but it's fine now. Okay. So this guy comes in, and I'm like, "Hi, welcome to the store. How may I help you? What's your..." And he just kind of looks at me. He's like, "Okay, that's weird. Like, what's the name on your order?" So instead of, you know, like, talking to me, you know, just saying his fucking name, this motherfucker grabs his finger, points it out straight, and then just crosses his chest and points at his name tag. Very passive aggressively.
What the fuck? Okay.
And I was just like, "Alright, motherfucker. You done pissed me off. I'm about to just go in on you." So this motherfucker was wearing fucking AirPods, listening to music when he came into the store.
Oh no.
So
Then that automatically means he's an asshole because he's wearing AirPods.
Of course.
Right.
So I proceeded to be the most obnoxiously nice person you can possibly imagine.
Like an Apple Store genius.
Like, just have a conversation with me. I'll behave exactly like I did with him. Hi! Welcome to BarryTwice's stream today. How may I help you today?
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Like, this kind of energy is what I had going forward for me.
Right.
And I was just very excited to help this customer out and make sure he got his order and he went about his day. And the beautiful thing is, like, I had to type in his credit card information because the scanner was not working that day. So I took my sweet fucking time while doing so. All the time making wonderful conversation with him, asking about his day, how his time at work was, if he had, like, you know, done anything interesting that day. And then I very slowly went and got his food. I triple checked if I had his name right just to make sure that it was the right person. And then ultimately I finally gave him his order and let him leave. The beautiful thing was, about halfway through all of that, I saw him take off his AirPods and pause his music. And that was just such a win for me.
That's so petty.
I am a petty asshole.
That is so
I will
funny.
be so fucking nice to you if you make me mad. I want to make you feel bad for making me feel bad.
So that's like a reverse Uno card. That's like reverse psychology. Like, okay, I pissed this person off because he's being overly nice to me. I like that.
Yeah,
I like mine.
It's such a great, and you know what the best thing is? Sometimes, not him in particular, but people in general, when you do that to them, they'll be like, "Oh, this person was just being really nice, and I just treated them like shit. Let me tip them." And then I make money off of them being assholes to me.
I love that. Goose, that is genius.
Thank you. I've been working in the service industry far too long.
I will give that a chef kiss. John's wife must give him teethy BJs, probably. Otherwise, he wouldn't act like such a cunt. Your mood can change.
Are actually pretty nice. I'm sorry that y'all don't enjoy a little pain.
I'm not going to comment on that. Your mood can change very quickly. Slight agree. It can. Not a lot, but it can. You often contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. More in the past, I feel like I've already pondered that many times. Not so much now, but I still enjoy it. You often talk about your own feelings and emotions. No. I'm typically the one that listens to what other people feel and emote. And I typically try to bring my experiences to the table to like show that I can relate to them. Like, oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you. You know, this happened to me like a while ago, so I know what you're going through. See, I don't do that all the time, because if I do that all the time, people are like, oh, okay, so if I talk about myself, this person will find a way to talk about themselves. I don't do that. I only do it sometimes to show that I can relate to things, but not like I don't overtake it. So, slight disagree. Guys, gotta go. I was up at 6 this morning and I'm really tired. Take care and have a great night. James, thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful sleep. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care.
Take care, Baba dude.
All right, you have got detailed education or career development plans stretching several years into the future. Disagree. I don't. I wish I did. And I may initiate that after my contract ends and doesn't get like extended. I don't know. This is actually one of the things that I'm still very unsure of. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. This is something that is on the back of my mind a lot, so this is something I'm not sure of. You rarely
I just got an email from work.
Yes.
Yeah, I just got an email from work, like approximately 6 minutes ago. I just read it. And tell me if this makes any sense to you, okay?
Okay.
Here's some tea.
Spill the tea.
Alright. I'm establishing a bonus pool that will be awarded to hourly team members based on their total hours worked, and your portion will be equal to 0.00 per hour that you work during the bi-weekly pay period. This bonus will be in effect from April 20th to June 14th and will be paid in accordance with the normal bi-weekly pay period.
You already lost me at 0.00.
That's the part I don't understand either.
See, I think this is... I'm gonna sleep you, so I'm gonna leave you to it. Cheers, mates. Vlad, thank you so much for hanging out. Honestly, Goose, I think that's just an automated message based on statistics and whatnot.
I work full time. That's shitty.
That cannot be a message composed by a real human being. That's just too shitty to be a message from an actual human being.
What the fuck?
Like, you're not gonna go out and compose an email to someone saying 0.00. You earn none of that. You don't do that's got to be the system. That's got to be the system.
I'm just gonna hope it's a typo and I get another email in like 5 minutes.
Either it's a typo or it's a robot. I hope.
I'm hoping so.
Like,
I just need to share that with the world at large, because that was pretty fucking weird.
I think that's pretty weird too. You rarely dwell on your regrets. Yeah, I don't. No. I mean, if I make a mistake, whatever. Can't wait to make the next one. Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around you or around quickly makes you feel drained and in need of a getaway. I mean, if I spend a lot of time in a crowded area, I do crave solitude and like me time. So I'm gonna give that a slight agree. You see yourself more as a realist than a visionary. Oh, definitely agree. Yeah. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. So that's like, yeah, that's empathy, right? You have sympathy. That's like understanding what someone's gone through because you've gone through it yourself, right? And then there's empathy, understanding what someone's going through, even though you've never gone through it yourself. Right? That's empathy, right?
Empathy is almost like a mimicking of emotion.
Right.
But it's not like a disingenuous mimicking of emotion. It's just like
it's like understanding.
Feel
someone.
with the person.
I'm gonna give that a agree. When I was younger, that would have been a major disagree, but I've learned to hone my emotions and hone in on the emotions of others. So that's an agree for me. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than to organized and consistent efforts. I'm gonna give that a slight agree. Yes. It's hard for me to stay organized. Typically, I kind of rely on how like up for it I'm feeling. So agree. Also, 90%, we're almost there.
Oh, we're about to be done.
Your emotions control you more than you control them. No, disagree. I got a pretty good hold of my emotions. I'm confident saying that. After a long and exhausting week, a fun party is just what you need. No. Not necessary. No, slight disagree. I can enjoy that. It's just not what I would personally envision. Like, the only reason I'm going to a fun party is because someone will invite me to it, not because I'm not planning it on my own. I would never do that. If I just finished an very strenuous week of work and I didn't plan anything, like let's say there is no quarantine, I'm not gonna go out and go to a fun party because I want to rest. If there is something that I scheduled with someone, I will go there, yes, but on the Friday evening I will not decide to go to a party on a Saturday evening if I feel really tired. You frequently find yourself wondering how technological advancement could change your everyday life. Frequently, I would say now and then, yeah. Like a slight agree. Like I'm curious what the iPhone will look like in 5 years. I'm curious what cars will look like and how they will function in 5 years. I sometimes think about that. Not necessarily very frequently, but it's definitely a very interesting thing to think about how technology and the world will look in the future.
Right.
You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. No. Again, as I said, I'm quite impulsive, so I don't really think that. Well, I'm gonna give that a slight disagree. I don't do that. I'm more of a doing kind of person than thinking before doing kind of person, so slight disagree there. You still honor the commitments you have made even if you have a change of heart. If I commit to something, I will commit to it. So, yes, I agree. You rarely feel insecure. I'm gonna give that a slight agree. Just because rarely does imply that you do feel it. And yeah, there are times that I feel insecure about some things, and I do. I'm not gonna lie about that. So a slight agree. I do at times feel insecure about some things. Hey, I'm a human being. Big whoop. Want to fight about it? I got my result. I'm a mediator.
Hey!
Finally! That only took us... Wait, how long did that take us? That took us two and a half hours. I love that. Oh,
You
I
are
love that.
So you're like right on the middle between extroverted and introverted.
Honestly, that's really accurate. You know, there's a term for people who are both introverted and extroverted at the same time.
Verted.
No, ambiverted. Ambiverts.
Ambiverts. Okay.
And I would say that I'm more like leaning towards introverted, so that's accurate. Energy.
I think I had like the same results, but just opposites, if I remember correctly.
Are you INFP?
I am ENFP.
ENFP. What is that?
Yeah. the name of it?
Dang, so almost just like everyone here, or everyone who was here, Conrad. Yeah, probably. I think a lot. Honestly, I think this is the result that I got last time too. I think I was a mediator. Let's read into it. Essence for extroversion. Oh.
Yeah.
This straight shows you
I'm a campaigner.
You're a campaigner. I think I've got that at some point too in time. Energy, this straight shows you where we direct our mental energy. Intuitive or observant. Yeah, I feel like that could have been 50-50. I'm not sure if I'm more intuitive than observant. I at times I'm more observant. You know, I'll see something, I'll learn from it, and I'll apply that in my life. So,
right.
But okay, that's fine. Nature, this trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. 36 thinking, 64 feeling. I kind of want to disagree with that. I don't know.
You think more than you feel?
Let me actually register that question. Do I feel more than I think? I think so. I think I feel more than I think, but inside, I let the thinking take control, even though I feel more. You know what I mean?
I feel like ultimately your personality is a combination of what it's in the inside and what you show, and what's on the outside.
Right. Yeah.
But like, I think ultimately it's more on the side of what's on the outside than what's on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And if you show yourself being more feeling than you show yourself being more thinking, I think that's what... Because ultimately personality is completely irrelevant when it comes to like understanding yourself in isolation. It's something that you use to understand yourself socially.
Yeah, true.
And so if you're more of a feeling person socially, even if you're more of a thinking person internally, I think that is what the result is showing.
Yeah, I find myself agreeing with that. Tactics. This trait reflects how our approach to work, planning, and decision making is. Prospecting, judging. Goose, can you lean in here? What does that necessarily mean?
I've never quite got the difference between prospecting and judging. I think judging is more like...
Let's see, prospecting.
Yes.
What is it? Wait, prospect. I'm getting Dutch results. I don't want that. Definition, prospecting. Searching, seeking. Okay, so basically...
I think so. Like, you look more for answers rather than you just assume that you know them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Prospecting. That I agree with. 69, beach. 8.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa, that's so funny. No, I definitely am. Was that a genuine laugh, or... I can't tell.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Fuck no.
I'm definitely...
Okay. Tactics. Prospecting versus judging. Crossing the line.
I'm more prospecting, I think. Yeah, for sure. I know that I could be wrong 99% of the time. And I know that there's like a universal truth that needs to be sought after. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities. Assertive, 58%. Turbulent, 42%. Now, just to know the clear difference between the two, I'm gonna look them both up.
Okay. I can more or less explain that one. Turbulent versus assertive.
Turbulent turbulent is characterized by conflict, disorder, or confusion, not stable or calm. And assertive is basically having a confident or forceful personality. Okay, so basically confident and calm versus unstable and confused. I am more assertive. I'm more confident. Yeah.
I got like 90% turbulent on that test.
What? 99?
No, like 90.
Jesus.
I think it's like...
Goose, are you okay?
Have you heard of this wonderful thing called chronic generalized anxiety?
No. But
No.
before you tell me what that is, I'm gonna take one more pee. Like, this is gonna be the last pee of the stream. And you can tell me all about that. You can...
Okay, I'm happy.
You can... If Conrad is still here, you can entertain him. And if not, let the royalty-free music play in a loop. It's fine. It's all good. I'll be right back.
I'm happy to talk to Conrad. Conrad seems like a good guy. Hey, my boy Conrad, did you know that extroversion and introversion are two sides of the same coin? Because ultimately, we all need a certain amount of social interaction versus isolation in order to function. It's just that sometimes we need one or the other more than the other. Hi, Lucas. Barry just went to the restroom. I'm in the title as the with Goose Roca. That's who you're hearing right now. B is at the restroom right now. He'll be back in just a minute. But how you doing, Lucas? I hope you're doing good. We're current up. He's right back. Cool. I don't have to talk to myself for very long.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream, Lucas. You're up late. It's 11:30 p.m. What are you up to? Let's read about my personality. Would you like to email you these results? No, thank you. I'll have it embodied on the stream.
How do you pee so quickly? So you grab your penis and you aim it at the toilet and then you just let go.
Basically what Goose just said. Also, my bathroom is right next door, so it's like I walk into the bathroom, whip my dick out, pee, whip my dick back in, flush the toilet, and get back.
I'm convinced you're not wearing pants.
What?
I'm convinced that you are actually not wearing pants.
You can think that.
Yep.
Anyway, Lucas just got home from work and he can't play video games now. What cruel world do you live in? Like, what is up? You just got home from work at 11:30 and you can't play video games. What is this nightmare? What is this hellscape? Okay, let's read into my personality. Okay, so
can we read about your weaknesses?
Can we just not get to my weaknesses right now? Like, can we just read my personality as a whole?
I suppose.
Like, I don't want you to go straight to the bits where you can attack me on, like the things that I'm most weak about, like my weak points. As a matter of fact, I will skip that bit. I will skip my weaknesses. Just kidding.
It's okay.
Fuck. Mediator personalities are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst of people and events, searching for ways to make it better. I gave 60 euros.
Hey, that's why we're friends.
I mean, if you want to call it friends, sure. I gave 60 euros to an old classmate of mine, literally like 2 months ago. Because he claimed that he had a ticket, like he had a fine that was due before the end of the day, and I was stupid enough to believe that that was a valid excuse, like he was actually going through that. Gave him 60 euros. Actually, no. He first asked me about, like, he asked me for like 100 euros, which is like 110 US dollars or like a 90. I don't know what the conversions are, but whatever. And I said, no, I don't have that kind of money. I did have the kind of money, but I didn't feel comfortable giving someone that much money, especially not knowing them for... That's like Goose coming at me and just be like, hey, Barry, I just crashed my car. I need like 200 bucks. Can you help me out? And I'm going to be like, of course not. I haven't spoken to you in like 3 years. See, that's what should have happened, but that's not what happened. So later that day, he asked me, okay, so I managed to get 40 bucks from another person. Can I get 60 bucks from you? And I was like, okay, sure, if you paid back the very next day. Because he said that he would get his salary the next day, but he had to pay the fine on a Sunday, which is dumb. But I was stupid enough to believe it. So, and I eventually, when I did give him the money, he, you know, I was like, the day after, I was like, can I have my money back? And he was like, well, this and that happened and yada yada, all excuses. Eventually he ended up blocking me, and that just made me realize that humanity isn't as kind as I thought it was. So I do.
So you're saying you wouldn't give me $200 if I crash my car?
I mean, I would be very pensive about it. I would be very reluctant.
So
But I am always looking for the hint of a good in the worst of people, including you,
So
Goose.
say if my drunk ass left this stream right now and got in my car and hit somebody, potentially killed a child, you would not give me $200.
No, you'd be in a lot more trouble than getting $200. You'd be charged for. You'd be
I can
charged.
invest those $200 and turn them into like $205.
Goose, why are we even discussing this? This is problematic. I feel like you should see someone for this.
Saying the murder of children should not be discussed. You
Yeah.
monster.
I'm the monster?
You're
You're
the
funny.
monster who doesn't want to save children.
You're funny. You're really funny. But did you
I've never
know
been told
that
that before.
mediators, while they may be perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, that they have an inner flame and passion can truly shine? Comprising just 4% of the population, the risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type. But when they find like-minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they will feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration. I relate to that somewhat, like 70%, sure. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, this is so me. Like, I'm gonna share this on Facebook, like, oh my god, this test is so accurate. It's definitely right on some points, but you know, it's 16 personalities, so it's bound to like categorize and label stuff that isn't necessarily accurate to me. But yeah.
I'm curious. All right, scroll up a little bit. Other way.
Okay, you want to know who?
No,
What?
scroll up.
Okay,
All the way up.
all the way up.
Yeah. Go to like where like it says INFPA versus INFPT, and see what it says about INFPA, and see how much clear it there,
Okay.
and tell me how you associate with the INFPA versus the INFP.
Mediators are quiet, private, free spirits who view life
Hey,
as
what's up, Shivam?
Welcome to the stream, Shivam. Welcome. Mediators are quiet, private, free spirits who view life as an endless series of idealistic possibilities waiting to be realized. They typically try to get along with others and promote harmony wherever they go. How they do that, however, depends on whether they are assertive mediators, INFPA, or turbulent mediators, INFPT. What am I?
Hey.
A. Assertive.
Yeah.
Identity adds nuance to the expression of the other personality traits. We explore below how that often happens. The difference is in too much or too little. When it comes to self-regard as a group, mediators are more likely to boost someone else's self-esteem before they tend to their own, even sometimes at their own expense. However, when identity separates the two kinds of mediators, a pronounced difference emerges. We find that one personality type tends to not only to put others ahead of themselves, but also to be harder on themselves than the other. Okay. Turbulent personality types are typically not comfortable with their current lives. They often use this dissatisfaction to try to become better people. However, when applied to mediators, this turbulent quality spins them in a distinct direction. They are likely to use a strongly idealistic filter to assess where and how they need to improve. This drive to correct what they decide are flaws often pushes them to work hard. See, I'm drunk enough to be candid about this. I'm not sure if my current employer wants me after my contract ends, just because I'm currently working at my former internship. And when I left my internship, I impressed the people working there. And they were like, hey, you know, you still have 1 year to go before you graduate. Let's keep contact. And I did that. I graduated. I was, you know, I was offered a job there. And Lucas is asking, I earn like 200 to 300 euros a month. Now, in a few months, a new game, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I've seen the trailer, comes out with cool collector's edition that will cost 200 euros. 200 euros, that's a...
That's like, what, like $350?
That's like $220 dollars or something. That's very... That's a... I would say no. I would not give that much money out to a game. That's just me. But if you want it, I mean, go for it. But I personally wouldn't.
$21, you're right.
Going back to my story, so I'm currently working here, and I can tell that the company is growing in such an exponential way that we're more focused on, you know, quantity than quality. And I like to just focus on like fewer projects and spend more time working on the quality than pushing out a lot of things at a very like short time span, which made me, you know, ponder about whether this is my future or not, and if so, what will my future be. So I do find myself more relating to the turbulent type, just because, you know, I'm not necessarily sure if my current life is going to be my current life for a very long time. And I am worried that once it's not my current lifestyle anymore, you know, if I'm not employed, what will I do then? You know, that's something that is on my mind. But all right, that was very open-hearted. Ideal is what do you appreciate, Goose?
Your open-heartedness.
Thank you.
Am I too far away from my microphone right now?
No, you're good. You're okay. I mean, it still sounds like a bathroom echo, but it's fine.
I mean, I'm a good foot away from my mic.
You're good.
You were talking about yourself, so I got away from it. Get on my phone.
Okay. I like that you were being very sweet and polite about where you were in position into the mic as I was talking, and then you just fucking dropped the whole set or whatever you did.
I mean, I was listening, but I was also on a dating app trying to find
pussy.
More nudes, you know, but you know that too.
Uh-huh. I mean, I don't really have to
carry on.
I don't have to search. I just open up the app and then I get them. But that's
because dudes love sending out nudes.
They kind of do.
Okay, I have a very important question to ask.
Okay, right? Yeah.
It's a very broad question, so you can answer to the degree which you speak.
Mm-hmm.
Do you make a distinction between dick pics and nudes?
Like, for myself, like my definition or other people's definition?
Both.
Yes.
Because I don't really receive dick pics, but I could take them, but I feel like I take nudes. But I'm curious as to what your distinction is.
See, in the gay culture that I find myself in.
Hold up, 1 second. What's up?
Okay. Goose is going on mute.
Of course. I hope they're good. I called in. I have somebody cover my shift.
Right now. You want some?
Of course, sure.
What?
Yeah. Of course.
Oh my God, yeah.
I bought my roommate some cinnamon rolls earlier.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, she'd been talking about wanting them for like a week, so I bought them when I was in the store.
That's so sweet. Now, let's get back to the distinction between nudes and dick pics. Which is a very interesting. See, in gay culture, Dick pictures are more reserved for tops, aka the people that penetrate. And then there's nudes, which kind of imply the nude physique of someone, aka the curvature, the behind, the badunkadunk, the butt. Which I can, like, if someone asks for nudes, I would be more inclined to send a picture of my behind rather than my frontal area.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like there is a distinction in especially gay culture, but I can see some guys, if you ask them for nudes, they will send out dick pictures regardless. But nudes typically imply like pictures of butts and stuff.
Here's like my logic as a straight male. Pictures of my penis while erect. Very boring.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Goose. I bet your penis is more than mediocre.
That's not the point, though.
Okay.
There's plenty of not more than mediocre penises out there, and I'm sure women get them unprompted all the time.
Right.
My point is, I'd rather show off my body, and I feel like that shows a certain level of confidence that a straight dick pic does not. So I usually, Captain Morgan mirror selfies while completely nude.
So you give them full frontal, except for the head?
Yes. No, I put my head in them.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
wow, that is confidence.
I'm a bit of... it's exactly that, and I rarely get negative feedback, and of course, it also benefits me that I don't do it unprompted, because, that's just rude.
Yeah, you're not one of those guys. You're not one of those creepy Tinder guys who's like sending unsolicited messages and like, hey, let me get all up in that pussy of yours. You're not one of those creepy guys. I got it. You're like, only if there's consensual, like someone requests it.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily like request. Like I'll offer, like, hey, do you
want to see my body?
Hey, I think that's perfectly fair.
Wait, you do that? You're like,
yeah. I'm like, hey, I'm very much an exhibitionist. So I'll be like, hey, do you want to see?
Oh, that's your. Is that your thing? Is that your kink?
One of many.
See, I think the stream needs a follow-up stream where we let you take the BDSM test because I'm curious what that's going. Like, exhibitionist is definitely on the list. It has to be.
It's very high up there. Very high up there.
I expected it to be so. Yeah, let's do that.
What part of I really like attention did you not understand?
Oh no, I got that. I definitely got that. Like you're the kind of person who's like, hey guys, I just did a chest press. Here's a picture of my entire body, full naked. How do you like it? Oh, oops. Penis slip. Didn't mean to post that. Teehee, felt cute. Might delete later. That's you. That's you. You're the one who's like.
That's me if I were a gay man.
Which you're
not too far off. I'll give you that. You're not too far off.
Are you like one of those metrosexual men?
What you mean?
Like you're not.
I know what metrosexual man. I know what metrosexual means. I just want to make sure I understand what you're asking me.
Like, are you're like you're living the heterosexual life, but with like hints and prominent gay featurettes popping up. Like you're living your life predominantly namely sexually as a straight man, but there are like moments where, or like parts of your life where you're just like more in touch with I'm just gonna call it the homosexual side of your life, and just I want to, what I hate? I feel like being a homosexual man, like openly gay, can be converted to being in touch with your emotions and being okay to show tears and somewhat caring about what you look like and how you groom yourselves and all that stuff. Like, it's sad, but that's something that is considered gay or like homosexual in
Right.
like societal standards. But do you find yourself somewhat fitting that lifestyle in your heteronormative / heterosexual life?
I
Like,
don't
are you a
think
bit of a,
about
are
it
you
too-
like a gay straight male? If that makes any sense.
I think I was at one point, but as I've gotten older, I've definitely become
You let
more,
yourself
like,
go more.
Yeah, like I think like definitely me in high school
Mhm.
was like more like metros. Like I would care way more about how I looked, and I would like
Right.
dress to impress and shit like that. And as I've gotten older, I've started to care way less, and I've almost like noticed that like I almost get more female attention the less that I care.
I think it has to do
Which
with
that has been
confidence.
weirdly paradoxical. Yeah,
I think it's
I feel like
confidence.
the less that I care, the more confident I come off as.
Let me tell you something. As someone who is into guys and women typically like heteronormatively also being into guys, there's something very attractive and very sexy about guys being confident with who they are and what they are, because that gives us the idea of, hey, we found someone, we're with someone who is stable, who knows what they want, who knows who they are. We like someone who knows in what kind of position they are in their lives. Because, let's face it, a lot of women are, you know, quite turbulent. They're very, like, fickle. They tend to change heart kind of more frequently than men, you know? So to find someone who is more steadfast, animate, more grounded, I think that that's attractive. I think that's attractive. I've heard from a lot of female friends that that's a very attractive feature. Yeah, I think that definitely factors in confidence for sure. Like, if you show to the world that you're more than okay with the way you are, who you are, how you are, that sends a message, a signal of confidence that a lot of people are attracted to.
To speak to the internet nerds at large, I have especially to the r/nice guys of the world.
Right.
I have gotten significant more action since I stopped giving a shit about being a nerd and just started to embrace the fact that I'm a nerdy, geeky dude with like a lot of very obscure interests. And that I don't carry myself like overly like in any kind of way. Like I just like, I like this. Like I'm very into wrestling. I like anime. I like video games. I like Dungeons and Dragons. Those are all very like nerdy niche interests. But like, and like, I feel like a lot of people who like those things almost like build their entire personalities around like liking those things. And I don't think there's a problem with that. I think the problem comes from like just assuming that because you're in like very heavily into those things, that you suddenly become undesirable to the people that you want to attract. And I think that what I have experienced is just being like, hey, I really like these weird ass things. I acknowledge that they're fucking weird. I still enjoy them. And that is like attractive to people who are just like, oh, that's confidence. Like he
doesn't care.
To say,
he doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. He'll like fully admit to his weird ass things that he likes.
Right. I mean,
and like I think a lot of people on the internet need to understand that.
I personally, if I know that someone is not afraid to admit to what they're into, what taboos they don't care about, their hobbies, their kinks, whatever, any like if they're confident about sharing those things, there's something in that I find very attractive. There's something about not giving a shit that's very attractive.
I agree.
I definitely,
But especially with women, because like I do not like submissive women. Like I know that's like a lot of people's like kink, like they want a woman
right?
to
They
just do
want
what
this
they say.
shy.
I don't get that. Like I've said for a very long time, if a woman cannot tell me no, I do not find them attractive.
I think it's because men predominantly, they want a woman or a girl who is very like prone to like change. Like they can shape them, they can mold them, they can turn them into this creature that they desire. Like I'm talking about the men who are after these women. They like this timid, young, naive creature that, you know, still needs to experience a lot of things. I think now, you know, naivete, timidness, unknowingness, that's a feature that a lot of straight dominant males find attractive because it shows that they're the dominant ones and they are the ones who are in charge because they're the ones who know what they want. They know that they're with someone who don't know what they want, and therefore they're in charge. They feel superior. They feel like they can actually teach this person, they can mentor this person, they can actually dominate this person, and that's something that, you know, gets a lot of people off. And
I understand that, sort of, but I don't experience that.
I get it. I understand why. I'm not attracted to it, but I know what the phenomenon is. I know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I'm aware.
The way I'm in the same boat. Like I said, if a woman can't tell me no, that they're just like, they might be like the most beautiful person in the world, but like,
it's like a starfish, you know, you're fucking a starfish, for example.
Yeah, like what's the point of like I don't think that's a relationship. It just seems like a dictatorship to me.
Right, because there's one person with an actual personality versus a person who lets them guide themselves by this person with that personality. So there's actually,
I think part of it is definitely the fact that I'm an extremely, I think the point, like, I'm an extremely indecisive person. Like, I can make a decision, but it'll be completely arbitrary. Like, I'm very good at making, like, split-second decisions, but they'll be completely arbitrary. It'll just be like, where do you want to go out to eat? And I'll just go like, oh, let's go to McDonald's. Like, that's just the first place that comes to mind. We just go to McDonald's. And, like, that's fine. But it's not thought process. If I really think about it, it's like, oh, well, do I want McDonald's? Do I want Wendy's? Do I want Burger King? Do I want McAllister's? Do I want Whataburger? Do I want Cookout? What do I want? And I'll be like, you know, pro and conning everything as opposed to like actually thinking about it. Whereas like if I like people who can make decisions, and I just feel like a lot of the problem that I find in my own dating life is like that whole indecision aspect. Like I can't be with another person who's also indecisive.
Right, because there needs to be someone who does make all the choices or makes you choose something. There needs to be someone who actually makes you more decisive, as opposed to being even more indecisive because this other person is also equally as indecisive.
Yeah.
Goose, this is very interesting. I would love to explore this more.
Do you want to make a dating podcast, Barry?
A dating podcast?
Let's make a dating podcast.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, Barry, should we date? And I was like, maybe. No. But
no,
honestly,
no,
I would like to explore this more, but, you know, it's 12:01 a.m. And
yeah, we should probably wrap this up.
We discovered my personality type. It's a assertive mediator, which is
it only
pretty
took
lit.
3 hours.
It only took 3 hours to do a 12-minute test. Pretty happy about that. Yeah, we should explore this more. Some interesting things came out of this.
It only took 30 times longer than it recommended.
Right. And that's an entire mood that I totally am fine with, really. I'm not going to read.
Fun.
So I joined the stream at the end. I mean, I feel like you joined in and you still had a bunch of like content. Mediators.
How do you feel? I don't know about your sexual preferences, Lucas, but whatever they are, do you prefer assertiveness or indecisiveness? Or submissiveness rather? Assertiveness
Dominance or submissiveness?
Yeah, where do you stand on that? Like, in a partner, do you prefer somebody who lets you decide? Or do you prefer somebody?
Or do you like to decide?
Yeah. Do you like to decide? Do you like them to decide? Do you like it to be a conversation? If you do like it to be the conversation, do you rather it be like ultimately your choice? Do you like it to be ultimately their choice, or do you like it to just be very arbitrarily one or the other's decision?
Honestly,
yeah, I don't know who I am.
I love this website so much. This 16 personalities website. It's so intricate and like there's so much to read about. Like I won't even finish it. We may have to like make a part 2 where we do the thing where I said that you could choose the choices for me. But I do like also seeing the people who also share this personality type. Now, Bjork, aka Icelandic fairy tale princess singer songwriter, is actually one of my favorite artists. She's very eclectic, and she is definitely on a whole different level, but it's very interesting to see that I share the same personality type. J.R.R. Tolkien, I think he's the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. William Shakespeare, he wrote stuff. That's all I can say about that guy. I haven't really done case studies on that. Alicia Keys, I mean, she sings. Tom Hiddleston. Who's Tom Hiddleston again? What was he in?
He plays Loki.
Floki?
He plays Loki in Thor and the Avengers.
Oh, okay. Got it. Julia Roberts, that one, classic. Love it. William Wordsworth? I don't know him. Who's that?
He is a American poet. Or is he American? He's a poet. He was a romantic poet, like from the Romance era.
All right.
I'm not a big fan. I read a lot of his work for a class. I did a class that was all about romance poetry. I was not a fan.
All right. Johnny Depp, he's pretty mysterious.
Pretty cool,
I
dude.
feel like Johnny Depp got more mysterious as he got older. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He's like in the 60s now, right?
is he? No.
Let me see.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny.
Well, yeah, you look it up. I think late 50s or mid 50s.
56.
Oh wow, he's heading there.
He'll be 57. He'll be 57 in June.
Is he a Cancer? Like, what's his birthday?
June 9th.
Okay, so he's not.
June.
Interesting.
June. Why is it typing? Why is my fucking keyboard not typing?
I don't know.
It's your fault.
60 is the new 30? Honestly, yes. I agree.
He's a Gemini.
He's a Gemini. Honestly, that makes sense because he plays so many roles that are just the opposite of what he is actually like. For someone who is as cool as Johnny Depp...
1 sec.
Okay. Thank you, Conrad. You are a treat. I'm gonna finish that thought. For someone who is as calm and pretty level-headed as Johnny Depp is as a person, he plays the kookiest characters. Like, he's really good at portraying the exact opposite of who he is as a person. Mad respects to him for that. It's amazing. And then there's Frodo Baggins. I haven't seen I've watched Lord of the Rings, the one, like the first one. Welcome back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I was trying. I thought I was back, but then I wasn't. And I was talking to Lucas. I was trying to tell him that like it's perfectly fine to not know who you are at 17.
Oh,
Who I thought I was
dude.
at 17, and who I think I am now at 23. Very different people.
hell yeah.
You know, life is a process of self-discovery, and I don't think you ever truly know yourself. They're
Until you
constantly
die.
evolving, constantly having new. I mean, even when you die, at that point, who you are is relative to other people deciding who you were.
Right. Like I think
So I
if
think-
you live till if you live 80 years and you die, like let's say you live to 160, you'll change between 80 and 160 years. Like your personality will change within that time.
It doesn't have to change significantly, but like you're definitely gonna have life experience. It's gonna shift like how you
Mhm.
see things. It's gonna shift like how you see yourself.
Right.
And I think it's important to acknowledge the fact that we're
You
in
know
a
who you
constant
are.
state of
You
change.
know, yeah. You
You
should,
can know who you are currently, but it doesn't mean that's who you are forever.
right.
And
Be
you don't
open to
have
that.
to know who you are currently either. And that's perfectly fine. You're 17. You're still young.
True that. Wise words from Guzman Roca.
That's truly my last name. It's not though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm just referring to the YouTube name Guz
Who?
Roca.
I
Oh
think
right, you're not a
No.
you're not a YouTuber. That's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
What I was
Yeah,
saying about Johnny
uh,
Depp, he's a Gemini, right?
Yes.
What I find funny, Geminis are known for being two-faced. Johnny Depp is the master of getting into a character that he is so not. You know what I
Agree.
mean? Like he's so
Yes,
good
very
at,
much so.
at just, you know, like Willy Wonka. Then there's Captain Jack Sparrow, the Mad Hatter. He is so good at each of those characters. Sweeney Todd. I would say that Sweeney Todd is closer to Johnny Depp because he's also kind of like very cool and very mysterious, but like the Mad Hatter, very flamboyant, frivolous character. Charlie and the Chocolate what is he called?
This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The other one's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Willy Wonka. Very exuberant, vivacious, bubbly character, very enigmatic too, but in a very playful manner. He's really good at that. He's really good at creating this facade. So that makes sense. He's a he's embodying what a Gemini is. And he shows that through his acting.
Isn't that every
Amelie-
actor, though?
What?
Isn't that every actor?
Isn't that every Gemini? Is every actor a Gemini? I would say so. Yes.
Yes. Every actor was born in the month June slash May.
May. You speak some French. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this right. Amélie Poulain.
It's close enough. I mean, I'm not sure how much better I could do.
Okay. So
My
I
French
know.
is. I can read French better than I can speak it.
Okay. I've seen the movie poster. I know that it's supposed to be a very stunning movie. I haven't seen Amélie. I would love to though. Arwen, don't know her. Fox Mulder. Is he played by the guy who's in
I've
California?
never seen X-Files. I've never seen X-Files.
It's with Scully and what's his face? I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know who any of these characters are. I don't know what. I've never seen Downton Abbey. I've never seen Bones. I've never seen Anne of the Green Gables.
No, neither have I. And I've not seen Anna Karenina. That sounds funny
never
though.
Heard of that.
100% me. True about me.
Whoa. Can you
Whoa.
please reply to all those people with your real Facebook account?
Are these actually real people? They are.
Holy shit, they are!
Are
Yeah.
they? Wait, but
I
her
think
face
so.
is literally the same in every picture. That's so
Maybe
weird.
she's very consistent.
Is she though? Do you know the website? These are not real people, or what is
No,
it
I do
called?
not.
These are not real people. It's a scary thing. This person does not exist. You see this man here? You see him?
Mhm.
He's not a real person.
Meaning?
Meaning this website basically combines all sorts of pictures on the internet, uses AI, and creates a whole new person that doesn't even exist. This person
really
is-
fucking cool.
That is really cool. It's an amalgamation of all sorts of different people. If I refresh the website, new person pops up. This person does not exist. This girl.
She looks so real though.
Yeah, but
She's
she isn't.
kind of cute too.
She
She's
is.
so cute.
But she's not real. This
Next
man or woman, I don't know
Can we
what this
pl-
gender is.
That is very.
Yeah, it's very.
I don't find it attractive, but I don't know what they are.
This is.
Ew.
Yeah.
They look like they played Dungeons and Dragons and nothing else.
This looks like my next employer.
He looks like generic businessman number 2.
Right. Oh, okay. So, you see this
She
picture?
looks like a college professor.
You see this
Yes.
picture? There's a bit of like frame of a piece of glasses right here next to her eye. So this is where the AI fucks up. This is where you can see that the AI is not always 100% perfect, because sometimes it can't really tell if someone is wearing glasses or not, or where the glasses begin or end. So sometimes you see little artifacts of like bits and pieces of monocles, glasses, earrings, nose piercings, and that sort of stuff, because the AI can't really tell what, you know, is part of someone's face and what isn't. So it keys out some stuff and then it forgets to key out other stuff. So this is an example that shows that the AI is not perfect. Let's see. This one is pretty good. That one is also pretty good.
She cute. She's still
See,
cute.
here's another bit. Like this smidge.
She looks
smudge-
12.
She does. She looks 12 and 24 at the same time.
Yeah, she looks like a 12-year-old who's just seen a lot of shit.
Right. She looks like a 12-year-old crackhead. See this smudge on her cheek? That's also probably some leftover artifact of another picture that was used to create this picture. It's a very interesting website. This person does not exist.com. Just check it out if you're bored. It's pretty interesting.
I am highly interested in this.
You know, maybe we should do a stream.
We should do a hot or not of this person does not exist.
Smashing or passing non-existent people. I'm down.
Yes.
I'm down. I'm
Let's
totally
do it.
down.
Let's-
I'm totally down.
That's.
Anyway, I think
What you-
that's... Yeah.
What you doing tomorrow?
Nothing. What about you?
I have the day off. I mean, I have to write a paper at some point, but like, I'm mostly free.
Cool. I just have to get that protector on my phone, and that's gonna be it.
Cool.
Cool. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go and wrap up the stream. Conrad, Lucas, and all the people that were here before, James, Vlad, Mila, thank you so much for watching the stream. Goose, it was an absolute treat. After 3 years
Yeah,
of not
I had a lot of
speaking
fun.
to you, it was a lot of fun.
Same.
Thank you. I'm gonna go and click the end stream button here, guys. I'll probably stream tomorrow. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be with Goose or it's gonna be me or whatever. We'll see about that. Anyway,
It's gonna
I
be a
enjoyed-
whole third person just streaming to your account.
Probably, most likely, definitely not. Anyway, guys, Goose, say goodbye. Thank you so much for
Good
watching.
night, y'all. Have a good
Peace
day.
out.
Thank you so much for popping out.
Bye.